of everything.
That's it, man.
I study and I learn.
Okay, can I
So,
introduce
but wait,
this?
one second. I need to clarify something though, yeah? Because I just want to know, because a lot of claims have been made about things that I said, innit, right? And
No claims were made.
No, they weren't made.
Can I correct it?
Go on.
When the Sheikh came last week,
Yes.
what he was saying was not based on what you said the following week. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? He was just giving us like his historical information from his perspective. Your name wasn't mentioned at all.
First of all,
your name wasn't mentioned.
I heard my name mentioned many times last week. That's the first.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Yeah, you were there.
I never heard it.
Right, that's the first thing. The second thing is that I was also in the comments, yeah, on some of the videos, and many accusations were being made about things that I said that.
Yeah, but I'm not responsible for what people say.
I didn't say. Yeah. I'm not talking about necessarily who's. First of all, you have misrepresented man many times. Yeah?
I have what?
Well, yeah, misrepresented man many times. Yeah, for example.
So have you, bro.
For example, I have made no comments about what you said, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll go and forget about that. Do you want to have the discussion? Yeah?
Go on then.
Fine. You make your point, innit? You make your point, and then I'll just say.
What do you mean I make my point? You came to me today,
no,
innit?
just
So
tell
say what you got to say, innit?
No, I just.
So you came to me today, innit? I was here having a conversation with the man there, and you came over to man, and so you got something to say. So say it.
Did you want to ask a question to him? No.
Yeah, he wanted to make a.
Got it.
The question I want to ask is, like I said, my Pan-Africanism is Kuli Shefi Afrique, and you know this, I know this, innit? And that means in English, all of Africa as a continent. I'm a continentalist.
Yes.
And we see the troubles that are going on in Africa. You two have been having this stance. You lot have been having this stance for the last couple of weeks. And
no, we haven't. We had it 1 week. I wasn't here last week.
You wasn't here last week. So, Jonas, what I wanted to establish is, you keep saying to my brother, you're not African, you're Caribbean.
No.
You said it earlier today. You said it twice in the video. You said it
once.
Fam. You said it once.
I'm saying.
No. Sorry. So, Jonas, how I feel is that he is as African as us three.
Okay, cool. Can I?
And I just wanted to explain that point.
Okay, can I explain it? Yeah.
Why do you not consider him as South African?
Listen, I know for a fact here that historically, this is me saying this here. I know for a fact that Africans in West Africa were forcibly taken from that region and taken across the Atlantic Ocean, yeah, as slaves. Yeah, I've never ever denied this. Yeah, I know this for a fact. Yeah, whether obviously he claims that he's a descendant from among those people, yeah, and that's fine, innit? With all due respect, that's fine, innit? I ain't got no issue with that, innit? At the end of the day, yeah, I come from a religion, yeah, where a lot of people disagree, yeah, but I come from a religion that tells us that slavery is wrong.
I'm gonna say
the Quran says, a free man cannot be a slave. The free man cannot be a slave, yeah? And I advocate against this, yeah? 100%. To anyone. Okay. Whether it's black people, whether it's white people, whether any ethnicity, any race, it is wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Point blank, yeah? So I ain't got no issue with it, yeah? The issue I had is, that week when he was here, was the way he was undermining when I was saying that I feel like I'm an African.
You are. To my eyes.
To him, I'm not.
Two different type of people.
You're two different type of people, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
At the end of the day, he's entitled to his opinion.
Yeah,
that's fine. At the end of the day, I'm entitled to my opinion as well.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, when I said that, yeah, obviously, I know I'm not saying, obviously, like, he's. Have you got Jamaican nationality?
No.
You haven't got Jamaican nationality?
No.
Were you born in Jamaica?
No.
Are your parents Jamaican? Yeah.
One of my parents is from.
One of your parents are Jamaican. Do you have any like African parents?
Yes, both my parents are African.
No, as in like. National-wise, that's what I'm talking about. National-wise.
Both my parents are African.
No, I know you're gonna make that call. I know.
What's
that's fine. I know you're gonna say that. But I'm talking like linguistic.
Define nationality.
Nationality, whether they have passport, whether they have any like form of papers that recognizes them. Me.
Yes.
Yeah, but I have an Algerian passport.
You have an Algerian passport.
Yeah.
But you was born here. Yeah?
I was born here, but I have an Algerian passport.
But you're no less an Algerian, right?
No, I'm still Algerian because I have Algerian nationality.
Because you have an Algerian. So when you was born here, was you born here with an Algerian passport?
No, I had to go and.
You had to go and get it, yeah. So when you was born, you had an English passport, a British passport, yes.
No, but before they gave me that.
Before you got an Algerian passport.
I had a British. Yeah.
Before you got a British passport, did you consider yourself an Algerian?
Yeah, because I have Algerian parents.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have Algerian.
Do you have African parents?
Yes.
Yeah, I have Algerian parents. Yeah, and
Where else African parents gonna be from?
But what I don't get is, you said it to Raven, you said it to him.
I never said this. Right?
I don't know if you know. Can I say
No, no, I assume that you look to mix.
Because like I said before, yeah, I generally don't get offended by things that white people say, right? But I'm saying I'm more offended, yeah, because he came here and today, right? He said it with his chest, yeah. That he said it with his chest. He said, this guy's not even African, he's Jamaican, yeah? Dismissively, he said it.
You did.
I'm more offended by this demeanor right now than I am with the fact that he said it what he said earlier, you know.
Yeah, but so did you.
No, because it's job business. What we're seeing right now is performance, yeah? I'm more offended by this, yeah, than I'm actually insulted. I wanted the guy to come and say, the same way how he said it, yeah, before, to say it with his chest. I wanted
he told us as well.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to do the same thing. When he came earlier, with the same confidence, and said, this guy's not even, when we were talking, you know, and he wants to interrupt the conversation,
Exactly.
right? I wanted him to say the same thing with his chest
the energy?
and say it with confidence
said it.
and flamboyance and charisma
He just said he said
and
it.
style.
I said it.
Right, yeah, that's what, but now you're coming with all this. I'm disappointed, Maggie. Like, I really, really am. Like,
You know,
what I'm saying?
the reason why I didn't want to
You get
talk
me?
to you in front of camera is
I'm
because-
not interested in what you
listen,
wanted to do.
listen.
You get me?
Let me make a point. The reason why I didn't want to talk to you in front of camera is because the way you make it out for me, you make it look like I'm against black people. But I'm not against black people.
said that?
No one said
never
that. No one said
You
that.
do
But
that,
the way
you
he
do
makes
that
it-
yourself, Maggie. I never make you look like anything.
The way
yeah?
you make it
So-
out,
and I'm quite
let me
comfortable
talk,
in
let me
what it
talk,
is
let
I'm
me
saying.
talk, let
So
me
wait.
talk. The way you make it out look like you make it look like I'm against the black community, but I'm not against the black
Right,
community.
I
do have black friends, by the way.
You know the difference. You know the
I do have
difference.
black
You know the
friends.
difference between. But you know the difference between me and you, though,
So,
yeah.
and I've-
You know the difference between me and you,
and
though,
I
yeah.
work with black
You know the
people,
difference
and
between
I've
me and you,
met
though,
black
yeah.
people in
You know the
primary
difference
school,
between me and you, though,
secondary school,
yeah.
college,
You know the difference between me and
university.
you, though, yeah.
So I'm
What's
not
your point?
ignorance.
What's your point?
That's what I'm saying,
What's
man.
your
I'm
point?
not ignorant.
You know the difference between me and you. You see, I've never actually made that statement, all right, about you as an individual.
You said I'm a
Hold
child
on,
of
hold on.
invaders.
Yeah, I did.
That
I
offended
basically
me.
said that.
That
Yeah,
offended me, yeah.
that's cool.
Just
right?
like
And
how
you're
I
entitled to your
offended you.
offense.
Just like how I offended-
And you're
If
entitled
you
to
say
your
that
offense.
to Algerians,
And you're entitled to your offense.
I'm sure they wouldn't be
And you're
happy with that,
entitled
innit?
to your offense.
So you said to
And
me-
you're entitled to your offense.
Well, he's got
Right?
some
Hold on,
reason.
one second. You're entitled to your offense. Yeah? But the difference is, yeah, since 2 weeks ago, right, there have been people coming at me in comments, people came at me today, yeah, about me saying things against Berbers, yeah, and I have not said one word.
Okay, did I go up to them people
please.
and tell you?
I didn't say you. I didn't
Yeah,
say
then
anything
there
about
you
you,
go.
you know.
Then there you go.
But you're talking about how I make you look on camera, right? So the fact of the matter
how I
is,
perceive it.
the
That's how
fact
I
of the matter,
perceive
yeah,
it.
that's how you perceive it. That's fine. And I'm saying, if you're talking about how people make people look, yeah, I'm having a conversation with you. Since 2 weeks ago, I have been made to look like somebody who's anti-Berber.
That's
yeah?
not right. That's not right.
So the
I
point,
don't agree with
so the
that.
point I'm trying to make is,
I
so the
don't
point
agree
so the
with
point I'm trying to make is, you are not in any special position at the moment. Yeah, but if you're saying that you've been misrepresented, I have been misrepresented. Yeah, so being misrepresented is not
So
no
it
reason to
happens.
have a
So it
conversation.
happens. You're trying to say
So now we've got
you're
a
trying to
chance.
say it basically happens.
Now we've got a chance
Right?
to
Now.
you know,
Right.
make things a
So
bit better.
I want to know, yeah, from anybody,
Yes.
yeah, who heard the conversation from a few weeks ago,
No,
to tell
I
me
haven't.
one thing, yeah, one solitary individual sentence that I said against Berbers in North
You said they
Africa.
were invaders.
Yeah, you.
When?
He's a Berber and you said he's a child of invader.
So I said he's an invader.
Yeah. And I'm a
Right. Did I say that Berbers, yeah,
But he's a Berber.
are invaders? So what's your point? What's
So
your
if
point?
you're saying
What's your point?
he's an invader and he's
What's
a
your
Berber,
point?
then
Yeah.
Berbers are
Now
invaders.
I've
We are invaders,
Right.
North Africa.
You're Algerian.
Yes.
Okay.
Where'd you
Yeah,
get this from?
Algerian.
Where'd you get this from?
This is one Algerian
Knowledge,
talking to another.
because the true Berbers are really
Finish
dark.
matter.
No, the true Berbers are really black. And
Alright,
they are-
stop, man.
Repeat what you just said.
What?
Hold on, no. Let the gentleman speak. Pull up, rewind, and come again. What did you just say?
Where are you from?
What did you just say?
Algeria.
What did you just say? What was it? Just go back one
Black.
sentence and say that again.
But the Berbers are black.
The original Berbers, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Which
Which is,
is
hold on,
The white people, the light
hold on.
skins.
That is the statement I made. That,
I believe because the Romans, when they came to North Africa, they called us Mauritania, Moro, dark
And more
skin.
means?
Dark, very dark skin.
Right.
We were black, but not. Even black people are different
Yeah,
in terms of shit.
we accept that.
Yeah.
We accept
But
that.
they're black. They're black.
Okay, so
they
where
don't
is
fool you.
Uncle? Where's all the evidence for this? Where is all the
Okay,
evidence
let's
for this?
drop it.
Read about
You
David.
can
Let's
make
drop the
claims.
evidence.
You
Let's
can
drop-
make claims,
let's
but
drop
where's
the
the
evidence.
evidence?
Let's drop the
A
evidence.
million of white, 1.5 million of white slaves in North Africa.
Yeah, we spoke
We
about this
enslaved.
last week.
Yeah,
We spoke about this.
Lots of Algerians, they have Irish blood. From the Spain, the
So
Muslims.
do West Africans. So do West Africans.
No,
What
no,
West
we were
Africans
mixed.
are mixed. No, not Irish blood.
No, how can you
A lot of-
explain?
Oh, no.
We have an Algerian
If
woman
you go-
like
if you
you,
go
an Algerian woman like her.
Listen now, man.
Do they say it's a country? No.
Hold on, wait.
Mix,
Yeah,
the
no,
North bit.
I know, but that's
Most of us are from Jewish, European Jewish, from Middle East, from Spain, from most Algerians, their DNA, the north bit. The south are really indigenous people of Africa because
Okay,
they're
so
black.
where is the evidence?
Sir, I appreciate your honesty.
Where's the evidence for this? Where's the evidence for
I'm
this?
not saying
Where is his
you
opinion?
want
Where's the
evidence?
evidence?
because the reason why they don't understand. They don't Algeria. Algeria is a big country.
Of course.
The north is only 20% of the greenery in the north. Most of it is a desert.
Yes.
And most of the Algerian women used to be black. And the rape also, the French soldiers, they did a lot of rape in Algeria. A lot of Algerians, they've got
What
French.
are you talking about?
It's reality.
It's not fact.
We have to
It's not fact.
taboo.
Where's the fact?
Not all of them,
Where's the evidence?
but some of them.
Where's the evidence?
The Ottoman.
Where's the evidence of what he's saying?
No, the Ottoman.
All right.
I'm not going to talk.
Algerians are like you.
No, hold on.
He said, hold on, sorry.
Hold on.
Like
Can I ask a
you.
question? Can I ask a question?
Algerians like
Can
you.
I ask a question? Can I ask a
True
question?
Algerians.
Can I ask a question?
No,
There is a tribe here. Hold on. Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
It's your reality.
Can I ask a question?
Your idea or your DNA.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a
My
question?
DNA,
without him butting in.
Now he's butting in, you know. A minute ago.
Because we want to have a proper discussion.
What, from what?
But you had a DNA test.
He's on topic. I can't stop him.
that's
He's
me.
on topic.
He's hijacked the convo.
Fam, I do
I'm not
agree with him. I do
hijacking
agree
it.
with him.
I'm older
I do
than
agree with
you.
him. But he's on topic. I can't deny the fact that he's on topic. When we're discussing indigenous
It's reality.
nations
We have
in North
black
Africa.
Algerians. We are the indigenous people
Exactly.
of
And you all
Africa.
are challenging me. One
You
second.
can't deny it. You
One
can't
second.
deny it.
One second, sir. One second.
We don't like
One
black
second, sir.
people.
One
We
second.
don't like black people.
What?
Say that again?
We don't like black people. When it comes to marriage, you will not marry a black woman
I don't mind.
As an Algerian.
I mean, not a woman.
as an Algerian, and they cover it with Islam.
The guy finished the conversation. I'm sorry. It done. Finish matter.
It's reality. I'll tell you something.
Islam, you can't-
Not all of them. No. Not Islam.
Listen,
No,
when
not
he-
Islam. The
when he
Muslim.
finishes-
I
when
am
he
from the
finishes,
north.
then
Bro,
I
you
am
know
from
in his
the, I
blood
tell
that
you,
can't marry black people. You
I
know
am. I
You
am
know
from the
that.
north.
Right.
I'm neither
You know
white.
that.
Okay.
That's them. That's not in Islam.
I-
No, I hear you. Among
That is a
Muslims, then.
Muslim.
Among Muslims.
Let me
You
finish.
know what happened?
It's not from Islam, the Muslims.
The Muslims,
I
yeah.
tell you, I'm whatever Mediterranean, olive skin, you call it, you name it. I am
like what they said the people
I
of Egypt were, yeah, olive,
experienced. When I was very young, I experienced, I tell you, and it's all in Algeria, mostly.
Yeah, you
I
speak for
brought
everyone.
Algerian
You
from the
spoke for
south,
everyone. You speak for
black,
He's our president.
black,
He's our
more
president.
darker than you, really darker than you, to my house, to my place.
That's
My
one
mum,
experience, man.
my mum,
That's
my
one
brother
experience.
said to me,
You can't get one
kick
experience
them
and
out.
generalize it with
They have
everyone.
AIDS.
I know
And
so many
they are
Algerians that are married
dirty
to
and
black
things
people.
like that. And
You
they
can't
are
just generalize after one
Algerians.
experience.
They are Algerians.
You can't just generalize with one experience.
I'm not saying generalize it.
My dad's best friend is married to a Jamaican
Your
woman.
dad's best friend, not you.
That's what I'm saying. man.
Yeah, I know. Not all Algerians,
Generalize.
but
You can't just generalize with everyone.
not all of them. Not all of them. But let's face it. It's real. Well, why?
That's what I'm saying.
And you have to say the truth. We have to say the truth. Right? No, we have to say. Even in Morocco, the same thing.
Right? No, listen to this thing. All right.
The
Thank you,
white
sir.
Algerians are originally from somewhere.
Jamaican person.
Where?
Okay,
From
what's
somewhere.
the evidence for this? What's the evidence for this? Where from where?
The Muslims went to
Where?
Spain.
What
The
Muslims?
That
Berbers.
was way after. That was way after the Greeks and the Romans.
The Muslims were the soldiers. It's evident. The
You know what's funny though? Just sorry, can I say something? You know what's funny, yeah? We're able to document this. One second.
It's the reality. If I admit the reality.
One second. Wait.
We should have backed.
See what's going on. You see what's going on. They're calling. Yeah, I know. They're calling him a traitor. Right? He's a traitor to the Algerian people. Hold on. Can I say
You're
something?
still a racist. That you call us racist.
I'm not saying
You did. You
racist.
said all Algerians. You said all Algerians.
I'm not saying
what I'm saying.
all
You
Algerians.
generalised.
You generalized. He said
No.
all
When it
Algerians.
comes to marriage,
Now
I tell
follow me
you.
now, yeah? Follow the thing, right? Follow the thing.
Discipline.
Right? The man has. You're from Algeria, yes?
Yes.
And he's talking about the condition of black people in Algeria and how they're related to by the white people them in Algeria. That's what he's talking about.
No,
yeah?
I'll tell you
right?
something.
There's no such thing as white in
One
Algeria.
second,
There's
right?
no such thing as
One
white.
second. 1 second. Right? You're more, and
Algeria's not a European
right?
country.
And your concern,
Algeria is in North
and his
Africa, not
concern,
Europe.
and his concern.
There's no such thing as a classification as
I'm gonna
white
come back to
in
exactly what you just
Algeria.
said. I'm gonna come back to exactly what you just said. I'm gonna come back to exactly what you just said. So let's take a
He
pin.
hijacked
Let me
the
finish.
convo. We were gonna have a good
Let me
discussion.
finish.
He hijacked the convo.
Excuse
Because you haven't
me.
got
Excuse me.
knowledge.
To be fair.
Where's
Yeah,
your
you got more
evidence?
knowledge.
1 second. To be fair.
I
To be
have all
fair.
my research. I
To be
researched
fair.
all week.
No,
To be fair.
because you were born in
To be
this
fair.
country.
Come and hijack the
To be
convo.
fair.
I'm
To
sorry
be,
to
you see what I'm
hijack the
saying?
conversation.
No, don't say sorry. Because when you came 2 weeks
I'm not
ago,
washing
you
my
had the
own dirty
conversation.
clothes in public.
Me and my brothers were talking, and you came and had the conversation. So, you get me? Do it to others.
He did the same thing 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So let's leave it at that.
We were
Right?
talking,
Now the
he
difference
came,
is,
he hijacked the whole conversation.
Khalid.
He did it
Khalid,
today as well,
the difference
myself.
Is, no, Khalid, but the difference
No,
is,
not him.
the
Them
difference
two.
is though, the difference
They're
is,
North Africa, they
when he came in the conversation, his contribution was actually about what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah? We were talking about discrimination in Algeria and who the original...
But he spoke
Hold
about
on.
an opinion that he
Hold
had
on.
himself.
Hold on.
As
No, no, no,
Khalid, no,
listen
wait.
to me.
We were talking. Hold on. We were talking about who the original people of North Africa were.
Okay,
Yes?
Ami.
And he came in to speak about that.
Algeria recently was a black
No, now he's gonna go into
Algerian.
politics.
Miss Algeria was
It
a
is
black.
political.
This guy
She
can't
was a
politics.
prettiest Algerian. And the North, the women of the North, they were insulting her. How come
we
an
don't
Algerian?
agree with that.
a
We don't
black-
agree with
yeah,
that.
you see.
don't
But
agree
yeah,
with that.
they call him
deny that it
callous.
happens. How can you?
When did I deny it happens?
Matter.
When did I deny it happens? When did I deny it happens? Where did I say, yeah, that there's no racism anywhere in the world?
There are. We agree with
We
that.
talked about
But you can't say there
discrimination in
isn't.
Algeria earlier,
Wallahi, you just put
and the
words in
guy
my
just
mouth.
and
Put
your
words in
friend
my mouth.
blatantly said there is no discrimination for black people in Algeria.
You said I said it. You
Did
said
you
I
say
said
it?
it.
Did you say it? There's no. Did you say there is no discrimination in Algeria? Did you say it? Did you say it? Hold on.
Discipline.
Yeah. Did you say it? Did you say it?
There's no discipline.
I tell you, my wife.
Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on. Now he was talking the word severe, you know. The man said, you know, the man said, you know, there is no discrimination. He didn't say there's no severe discrimination. He said there is no discrimination.
No.
Discrimination. He said there is none.
Algerians of the South. Algerians are soft like you. They look. You could be Algerian. You could be Algerian.
And these are the original, yeah? These are the original.
Original. She's
When
original.
did I say that? When did I say that?
She's original.
All right, okay. Yeah, the original. Greetings, auntie. Greetings. Right, now,
I am not original.
One second, sir. One second.
I'm fake.
One second. Right. Sir, you had a contribution that you wanted to make. 1 second. I want to give him a chance to speak.
Oh, let's.
One second. I want to give him a chance to speak. I want to give him a chance to speak. So come, bro.
We shouldn't have bombs. No, I'm not saying.
1 second, please.
There's no disc-
I'd like for him to speak. I would like for him to bring
When it
everything that
comes
he's
to
got.
marriage,
I wanted to bring everything, take everything
Ah,
off the chest.
sorry, sir.
Sir, I wanted to speak. So come forward.
Speak.
Speak.
Basically, I never said that black Algerians are not indigenous. I never said that. This has never come
Nobody
out
has
of my
accused you of that.
You can't say that.
I said to you.
Straw man.
Tell you.
Nobody has said that you said that. So
I
let's
said
move on.
my point is that there's no proof that Berbers that look like me have come from anywhere else in the planet apart from North Africa. That's what I said.
Yeah.
What do you mean a liar,
Okay,
man?
okay.
What do you mean a liar,
One
bro?
sec.
Explain that to you.
One sec, Maki. One sec.
What do you mean?
European.
What do you mean Europeans? And do you know better than me? Do you know? Yeah, do you know better than me?
No, to be fair.
Do you know better than me? Do you know better than me? Do you know better than me?
You're right.
Yeah, thank you.
That's not true.
Thank you.
No, he's right, and you are right.
You heard him. He said, I am right.
No,
Thank you.
You're right.
Don't ever tell my brother
No.
he's not an African.
No, the Berbers, you're right, the Berbers were black.
No,
We-
what's your evidence?
we are not.
Uncle,
We are not.
Uncle, what's your evidence?
You can pull up a
What's your
picture
evidence?
of Berbers now.
History.
From what year? From what year?
We can pull up
Yeah,
now.
but
Now.
Yeah.
Right? And we're going to see
The true Berbers have the Sahara, and black.
We're going to see the Muslim brother what's your number.
Berbers, and we're going to see
Yeah.
like.
One second, Maki. One second.
Yeah, look
Maki,
European.
one second. I want to, because you said you brought evidence for man today, innit? So I want to hear it, yeah? I want you to get everything off your chest. I want to hear everything you got to say.
I've
already debunked
Yeah, I know that, bro. But I want to hear what he's got to
But
say.
what's the point? You said I've been
Oh,
debunked.
we're having a conversation.
Now, what's the point?
So I can say what I want to say. We're having a conversation. So bring your things. Bring your things in it.
No, but it shows
Even
Bring
the
the things.
Algerians
No,
are
because
white.
because original like you have to understand. You have to understand. The Roman invasion, the Vandals invasion, what's it called? The invasions of all these people. Yeah, is not evidence. You know, it's not evidence. The French is not evidence, right? So
You don't communicate with them at all.
And they live with you. How many years in the country?
No, you're
Their
up
hair
in
has
the
never
north.
gone to look like this.
from
The
the
regions
north.
don't look like this. This
Black
is
people
the
in
original
Sweden.
African.
Okay, I have the arguments against that. I have the arguments against that.
So I'm saying, bring your things. No, but he said he's got prints to bring.
Yeah, can I talk?
Go. Let our Algerian North African friends speak. Go.
والله لا
I just wanted to say that the region.
والله لا you just called my dad racist.
Even
my dad's racist.
Oh my God.
This is
my dad's
deflection.
racist.
This is deflection. If you got conversation to bring, then bring it. He's made his point.
He's making
now
a
you
person-
can make your points.
Okay, wait,
Yeah,
hold
so
on.
make your points. Go on.
All I wanted was evidence for the
Let
claim.
make your point. That's what I'm trying to say. It's deflection now. Hello, let your Algerian sister speak.
Go on.
Okay, I'm not denying there's black Algerians. There are mixed Algerians. However, in the northern part of Algeria, it is the Mediterranean Sea.
قبيليان.
They are more likely to be lighter skinned people.
No.
Before, there was this body they found.
Yes.
It was 25,000 years old in Algeria.
Yes.
And they reconstructed his face and his body because of the skull, right? And he appeared white skinned, Mediterranean.
25,000 years, yeah?
25,000. Okay, that was before the Romans. That was before the invasions.
Yes, not before. Not before a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So, show me the
But also, I'd like to say, a lot of North Africans have African DNA. For example, I have a little African DNA. You can't, yeah, you can't see it. But obviously you can't see it. But that is
a lot of people on the other side of the Mediterranean have that as well.
I know, but a lot of the time it's due to slavery.
And East
They
Africa.
took slaves from sub-Saharan Africa during the
Yeah, we know this.
But the thing I just want to ask, because there's
But
different.
hold on,
Yeah,
the claim is though, right, that I said that the original people
Yes.
of North Africa are black people.
Okay,
Yes,
what's the
and
evidence of
this is supposedly an offensive statement to some people. Yeah? Right? You know what I'm saying? Right.
No, it's not. I just want to know evidence of
Can I make it clear? It's not
For
offensive.
example,
It's not
you're
offensive.
not asking for evidence, yeah? I watched the video last week, and I heard Raven mentioning the issue of the black mummy, yeah? What is called the black mummy, right? What's it called?
Oh, we watched it. We watched it. Me and him watched it.
There is no. Right,
We watched it.
No, it's not just about.
Some sad documentary
It's not just about watching it.
made by some white guy.
Yeah, Italian.
What's your point?
Raven told us the guy was a Berber scientist. He was Italian. And he was in the Sahara as well. It was in the Sahara as well.
Okay, so what you saying?
We're not from the Sahara, we're from the Atlas Mountains. In the winter, it snows in the Atlas Mountains. Do you think people?
What's the point?
Do you think people of your skin color are adapted to live in that region? That's all I'm saying. In the Atlas Mountains. Where it snows.
I'm sorry. I'm waiting to hear an argument against the
during
black
that,
mummy.
during the,
Okay,
we want different documentaries.
It was in Libya, first of all. We're not from Libya, we're from Algeria.
We're discussing North Africa.
Okay, we're discussing North
Not just
Africa.
Algeria.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was near Niger.
It was in Libya.
Niger, it was in the border of Niger. Niger is a black country, bro.
Sorry, hold on.
Do you know where Niger
All right,
is? You don't know Niger is? Niger is a black country.
Maybe.
Of course they're gonna be, the
I'm
mummy's
not
gonna be
saying.
black.
Excuse, I'm not the one interrupting you. Just so you
No,
know,
I know,
your
that's
Algerian
what I'm
brothers
saying.
are
No,
not
that's
allowing you to
what
speak.
I know.
Yeah, but maybe I'm deficient in English here, right? Maybe I'm deficient in English. But what I said was the original people of North Africa are black. That's what I said.
Okay, look.
Yeah, so
Look,
if there's
let me explain something. One second. Let me explain something. When we spoke to Raven,
black people have
Yeah, I know, but that's how race comes about.
Raven told us that this took place in North Africa. Now, one thing you need to realize,
the original people there.
Sahara wasn't part of North Africa before French imperialism. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
No, I don't.
The problem
Who's this?
No, genetics.
Look, I'm not going to talk.
Hold on.
No, I want to hear his evidence. One second.
was that to be Master Was that him in the empire? Yeah, he looks.
The first Berber king.
First
Berber king.
He doesn't look black.
He's not black.
He doesn't look black.
Right?
Roman.
Yeah.
Roman. Severus Septimus.
No.
You're done.
No, because Numidia, hold on, can I talk? Numidia was also under the Romans later on.
I should have put that.
Hold on.
Let us speak. Go on.
I was speaking.
This was under Massinissa.
Fam, she's been trying to speak for about 10 minutes. It's up to you, look. I'll let you negotiate, yeah? But
Massinissa,
go on.
was a Roman.
Okay, Massinissa he was the leader of Numidia. Numidia was early on, it lasted 200 years. But even during that, there was invasions from the Romans and whatnot.
Okay.
Yes, so a lot of this
The
art...
Numidians were not Romans, but they were Romans among the Numidians.
Yes. So the Numidian art, it's not really Numidian art, it's actually Roman art. A lot of the things, the hybrid nodes and everything's like Greek stuff. Yeah, I know, but we're
two different groups.
Hold on.
Two different
Also,
groups.
I'd like to
Yeah, you
mention...
don't want me to interrupt because it affects your agenda.
Oh, hold on, can I... We don't know the whole
Ignore the arrogance, ignore the arrogance.
No, bro.
Let a woman speak.
They don't want to have an honest discussion.
Can I say...
People, they don't want to have an honest discussion.
Let her speak in it. I'm trying to
They don't want
let
to
her
have an
speak.
honest discussion.
Let her speak.
Wallahi, they don't want to have an honest discussion.
There was the Ice Age. There was the Ice
Algerian
Age.
turn against Algerian.
There was an Ice Age.
Sis, let her speak.
No. There was the Ice Age in Northern Africa, which made the region colder and cooler. This is above the Sahara.
It doesn't mean black.
So,
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
would
My
there be
dad
dark
is
skinned
dark.
people?
Kima huwa
And
dark.
also they
Ada
found,
dark.
I mean this is just random information I found. They
My
found
dad is dark
old,
like him. Does it mean he's black?
not objects from like back in the day, I don't know, like farming tools and whatnot.
You
They
said you
found
made a lot of claims. You
8
didn't
years
bring no
ago.
evidence. you
And
didn't
it
bring
has
no
similar
factual history, you didn't
farming
bring
tools to
nothing.
that
Based on
Levantine
politics,
region.
politics, just
So
politics.
they come up with
Oh,
this
but
theory
Algerians, they don't
that
like black people.
after
Algerians don't do that.
the early humans left Africa and they went to the Middle East. They went
Tell لي
around.
مشاكل.
So,
وش دخلك؟
I know it's very wrong. Come up with something better. Come up with something better.
No, but there's merit to the
No,
theory, though.
but
There's merit to the theory. There's merit to
There's
the
no
theory.
there's specific tools that are common in certain areas,
Yes.
which have similarities. So there's a link between these regions.
No, hold on, wait, bro, that's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. Right, so you're saying that the people them left from Africa, went into what, like...
That's a theory, though. I don't know
Hold
how
on, but went to where, though? Went to where?
Western Asia.
Yeah, and then came back up,
And then
they
went to
re-entered
Europe,
from
and then
the
there's
north,
part,
yes?
and then, yeah, there's
No.
parts.
Now that is a theory of migration that has a lot of evidence base to it, yeah? So, but the people them that left from Africa would have been black people, right? Yeah, Africans, yes. When they moved into what you call Western Asia, they're still black, yeah? When they migrated up, they're still black, yeah?
But
When they re-enter, hold on, when they re-enter,
when they stop being
when
black,
they that's the point I'm trying to make, right? So that's the point I'm trying to make, right? But so we understand, yeah, through the dominant theory is that the European phenotype comes about what you're talking about with the Ice Age here, which was not in Africa, yes? What's it called? It was in Europe.
It was in
right?
Northern Africa as well.
No, it was in Europe, yeah?
It was in Northern Africa as well.
But the people them were in Europe, right? The point I'm trying to make, the Ice Age people them were in Europe, yeah? This is what I'm saying, right? Now, what you said was, the question was whether the people, black people are equipped to exist here in that kind of climate, yeah?
Phenotype is a weak argument. Because if you go Mongolia, which is
I haven't said anything yet.
if you go Mongolia,
You want to talk. You know, I haven't said anything yet. You know, I haven't said anything yet. You know,
okay, you finish, go on.
All right. What's it called? Right. Now, first of all, I want to make it clear, yeah. Right. And I've asked for the evidence of this, right? And let's listen and you catch up with the conversation. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's fine. I'm saying, fine. That's fine. You're welcome in the conversation. That's the conversation we're having. What I'm saying to you is just, what I'm saying. It's things like that, you know. It's things like that.
Come over here.
I know it's things like that. But if it's not even hurt. But my point is that no. When we no, but it's good. No. What I'm saying is.
Kabila from Algiers. Yeah. I can't speak anything. Anyway, so
You know, what I'm saying is that kind of stuff. I encourage it. It's good, yeah. When we get that weird hat comment like that, it's a good statement to me. Yeah, no, it's cool. Keep rapping. It's good.
I want to understand. I want to understand.
Let me finish. Now, are you aware? Are you aware of the fact, yeah, that for a significant period of time, the majority of North Africa was actually underwater? Yes, like from the Mediterranean Sea, that kind of thing, right? So again, so it was underwater, yes. Now, when it was uninhabited and underwater, there were people existing below the Sahara. As the water begins to recede, the water wasn't coming inland; it was going back towards the ocean. Yes, and the idea is that the people from the south migrated north.
The thing is,
Therefore, one second. Therefore, right? Second.
Out of curiosity, where did that idea come from?
It's
source.
There's no evidence. There's no evidence for it.
There's no evidence. There's evidence for the other way around, but there's no evidence for that one.
So there's no evidence,
There's no evidence
for why
for-
the desert's there.
Well, let me
No.
ask you a
I
question.
give you an example.
The desert is not under an ocean.
We're not from the
This is
desert.
how you get
First
We're
of
not
all,
from the
first of all,
desert.
there
We're
is
from the
evidence.
Atlas
Tides,
Mountains.
tides, you know.
One second.
Whales in the desert.
You're not gonna let a man talk.
Come on, bro.
You're gonna let a man
Come
talk.
on, bro. You said there's no
Are you gonna let a
evidence.
man talk?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you gonna let a
There's
man
no
talk?
evidence.
Yeah?
It was
But
a
don't
lot
ever
from
say
the-
there's no evidence.
I'm not
but
from
we-
the
I'll
desert.
walk you
There's a
with
reason
the
for that.
evidence.
Why?
Get
Why?
me?
Because the Phoenicians
man,
invaded. Yeah, at a particular point in time. The civilization. One second. One second. Yes, but the civilization of Carthage.
You're chatting to a man who's been out there.
Listen, please.
I'm not on YouTube. I'm not
Listen,
on
please.
YouTube.
Fam, we're having a conversation, yeah.
Let's
Right, you know
talk
what I'm saying.
about
So yes, I'm saying. My name is Shaka. Yeah, and I'm attempting, yeah, to facilitate.
yeah?
And I'm attempting, yeah, to facilitate.
Okay, bro.
This is what I'm trying to say, fam. This is I like it. It's good, yeah, to see, yeah. You get me?
Oh my god. Okay, okay.
He's Irish, you see that? You hear
No,
that?
bro. Let's have a
Thank you.
chill conversation.
So
Oh, man,
that's
like-
all we're saying. Bottom line, yeah. You are Europeans who came into Africa.
Yeah, but where's
Hold
Morocco
on.
then?
You're Europeans
hold on.
who came into Africa at a
Where's
particular
Morocco
point.
then?
No,
Where's the reef?
no.
Sir, yeah.
Are you saying
For anything going the other
Sorry,
way,
sorry, bro.
Bro,
In the interest of content, yeah, please don't block the camera. Yeah.
Let me have a calm conversation one by one.
Yeah.
I want to finish the statement I'm making, yeah. Right. So the point is, yeah.
Where are you getting your information from, by the way, just out of curiosity?
Say that again. Sorry.
Where do you get your information
So
from?
Where do you get yours?
Hakim Bey. I got my information
Hakim
from the
Bey,
Reef
you know.
Mountains.
This
bro.
is what I'm saying. The arrogance. I don't understand these
Mustafa
people.
Masjid, bro.
Exactly.
I got my
Wait, what, sorry?
information from
No, look, I'm
Khalid
sorry.
ibn, what's his name?
You do know this discussion is meant to be
Abdul
between me and
Karim
you. but for some
Al-Khattabi.
reason
I've
you've
been
You've run away. You've run away.
Abdul Karim
You ran away.
Al-Khattabi. See what I'm saying, man, don't listen.
I have all the
One
evidence
second.
in my phone.
One second.
Everything.
One second. You know what? No, Kali, stop talking. One second.
Get me?
All right. Hold on. Right, because I don't like dishonesty, yeah. I've been encouraging him to speak for a good half an hour, you know. Right?
to get involved last week when
She was trying to speak, yeah, and he cut her. I was letting her speak. So if you, I'm gonna stop what I'm saying, you know. If you want to speak, I'll let you speak for as long as you want to speak. Speak.
Cool. Now, we'll talk about North African history, yeah? We'll talk about the original Berbers, yeah? What I'm saying is that I've never denied
Only
that.
two semantics you use there that don't win the argument.
Let him speak.
Morocco geographically.
Let him
Brother,
speak.
Just arrived, let him
brother,
speak.
me
Let him
personally,
speak.
this stuff doesn't mean nothing
Of
to me
course,
anyway.
of course.
I don't
Let
care.
him speak.
I don't care. Then I believe.
I don't want to hear
believe-
no excuses after this conversation.
I believe.
Let
yeah,
him speak.
I believe we all came from Adam, from a
speak.
religious point of view. But let's talk about science.
For argument's sake, though.
No, Adam was created in different colors. But anyways,
No, he was a black man.
Speak.
in Islam we believe it was in different colors. Anyways,
In Islam,
so we'll talk about
they tell
speak,
you
Maku,
what
let
the
him
colour of the soil
Let him
he
speak.
was created
Maku,
from.
let him
What I'm
speak.
to you?
Let him speak, Maku. Let him speak.
Don't be
you're the
disingenuous.
Muslim. I'm not the Muslim.
Right, you're not
So
the
you
Muslim.
know better
Yeah,
than me.
I know better
you know
than
better
you.
than
Of
me.
course I do.
Maku,
Yeah,
let
yeah.
him speak, bro. Let him speak.
Of course I do. You're not older than my shahada. You're not older than my shahada. What happened to you?
We're not talking about Shah.
Maku, let him
Tell me.
speak. Let him speak.
But you're going to be disingenuous about the faith.
Like, I
And I'm
respect
going to
you,
stand
Fala.
there and
There's no
accept
saying
that.
that.
Maku, let him speak, bro. Let him speak.
It doesn't matter.
Let him speak. Let him speak. Go on, let him speak. Go on.
So we'll talk about the original Africans. Now you believe that the original Africans, the original Berbers are black.
Yes.
Point blank, yeah.
Yes.
Point blank. Now what I wanted you to bring is evidence.
No, you said you had evidence. I want to hear your
I
evidence.
had so what we could say
We'll get to that.
is that
Give me by the Romans, but we'll get to that.
me and her come from a region
Yes.
called the Atlas Mountains.
Yes.
And the Atlas Mountains covers from Morocco, where he comes from, all the way to Libya. Now the Atlas Mountain is known as a wetter climate. Yeah. So you have the Atlas Mountains, which is a colder climate where a majority of the non-black Berbers live, and you have the Tuareg. Tuareg are the black Berbers that live in the Sahara. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you brought up the whole issue about phenotype, that certain people are adapted to live based on their climate. I agree with that, but only to a certain extent. Because I can give you an example. When you go to places in Asia like Mongolia, which is 90% desert, the natives inhabitants there are not black. They're not black. Yeah, they offer different color. If you go to places like China's a very hot climate as well, not black as well. So for me, phenotype is a bit of a weak argument. Yeah, because it doesn't apply all the time. It does apply for sub-Saharan Africa, yes, for a fact. But when it comes to North Africa, there is no historians have no evidence of the native Berbers there in the Atlas Mountains coming from anywhere else around the world. Yes, they do have mixed heritage. They do have Southern European and whatnot and other parts of the continent. But most of their lineage traces back to North Africa. That's my point, bro. When you go to the Atlas Mountains,
I'm still waiting for evidence, though.
when you go to, for example, St. Augustine. St. Augustine in the 4th century. Ah, yeah,
One second. Let us
Yeah, but Berbers are mixed.
I've been here for a while.
Okay, can I just say?
I want him to finish.
When there was water in the Saharan desert, bro.
If I know.
Roman.
Guys, just let him
Shakira,
I want him to finish.
Shakira, if I go by your argument of based on adaptation, the
I
reason
didn't
why
give you an adaptation argument, but go ahead.
you said phenotype,
When?
you said phenotype, based on the climate. Do you not believe that where people live, they would have to be a certain colour? Do you not believe that in order for them to adapt? You don't believe that?
Not necessarily, no.
Then
Not necessarily.
how does it
So the argument drops.
Let him
These families are going to be
Let him
adapted
finish.
to
Hold
North
on.
Africa.
Let him finish.
Which Chinese people you know who's Chinese?
Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Mongolians, you know that they're
Okay.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
If I go by the argument, based on adaptation of the climate,
By what?
then my argument makes sense because
Yoruba never called Africa.
Let him finish, please. Let him finish.
my argument is
him
valid.
finish.
White man's argument against
Brother,
It's an Arabic word.
brother, my argument
No,
values.
it's not arguing your petty argument. Come on, let's listen to each other.
No, I know that. What do you mean? But you need to
This guy always
from the word Afriki.
Africa,
Yeah, that's in Tunisia.
So
That's in Tunisia. It's a Berber word. Berber. It's Berber. It's Berbers, Amazigh. It's in Tunisia. It's not Arabic. It's
It's not
Tunisia.
Arabic. It's not Arabic.
Bro, go to school, bro. Go to school.
Bro,
Ashkenazi.
you got to see the science. I'm sorry. I'm a German.
No, I agree with you. Right?
Ashkenazi.
No, I agree, but I want him to finish. I want him to finish. Oh, yeah, but let him finish, though, Mappy, please. I beg you, let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish saying what he's saying.
Let him finish.
Yeah? Let him finish saying what he's saying.
If we go based off climate,
No.
then I have a valid point because brother.
No one here can speak Berber but me, bro.
Wait.
I can a bit.
Wait,
Better than me.
I'm not better than you, innit, bro? I can live out there.
Now we're changing the conversation.
Okay.
I'm sorry. For the sake of content, yeah? Don't look the camera.
I know.
But you see what I'm saying?
What's going to happen?
I've been trying to make my. I know you've been waiting.
Right?
Respect.
No, for real, like,
that,
I don't know what, I don't want no one to say I
respect.
looked at anybody off it or something for speaking, you know. So I'm just
I
saying,
respect that,
right, so speaking it.
I think if you allow me to speak in it, if we go based off the argument, based on adaptation of the climate, then I have a valid point because when you go to the Atlas Mountain, it's not as hot as the Sahara. I know that for a fact
Right.
because I've been there.
I'm still waiting for your evidence, though.
Bro, it snows. What do you mean evidence?
So
It snows in the winter.
So you're saying that because it snows, I was gonna say because it snows in North Africa, in the northern part of Africa,
Yes,
in the winter,
where
you're
the-
saying that
yeah.
the original people could not have been black because black people don't come out of that climate. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, if you give me any other evidence,
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, if you give me any other evidence.
No. Is that what you're saying?
If you give me, I'm telling you what I'm saying. If you give me any other evidence where black people live in a cold climate, or have come out of a climate other than a hot climate, because we know that sub-Saharan Africa is hot.
No, it
and you
isn't.
go,
Sudan is colder than it's
Cold?
hot. It's not hot
South
there.
Africa's
not as cold as Algeria.
You know it snows in South Africa, right?
It's
South
Do you know it snows in South Africa? Do you know it snows in South Africa?
Do you know about the
South
equator?
Africa's got seasons, bro.
No, do you know about the equator?
Do you know that it snows in South Africa?
Huh?
Do you know that it snows in South Africa?
Probably in certain areas, yeah.
It snows in South Africa.
Probably, yeah.
So just like it snows in certain areas of North Africa. Yeah?
No.
And South Africa has different ethnic groups.
The north, it
Say again?
snows.
Then I what color?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
does
no,
North Africa.
wait, but there's some that actually look very East Asian as well. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, there are, which is what I was saying before. Not you, argument.
Hold on one second.
Generally,
One second.
Exactly.
I'm still waiting.
I
But the Khoi, who they say look East Asian, are indigenous. The Khoi and the San people.
Cool.
Right, that's the
Yeah,
difference.
but
They're
they don't
not
look people.
Right?
What
They don't look Asian, yeah. But I'm saying,
I know,
because
obviously,
people-
I know, I'm just saying.
but really, the East Asian look like them because the Khoi was there before. Right? What's the code? Right?
How far back do you want to go?
As far back as you want to go, fam.
Okay, do you want to
Yeah? So go. I want to hear wherever you got. Bring everything you have. Me no business. No want to hear it.
Can I also say
Bring
something?
everything. That's patois. It means I want to hear it.
Do you want to go pre-Arab invasion, yeah?
Yeah, I've been doing pre-Arab invasion.
Pre-Arab invasion,
Yes.
So one of my evidence is,
Yes.
do you know who St. Augustine is?
Do you know the Punic Wars?
St. Augustine was
You know about
black
the
man.
Punic Wars, innit?
Yeah.
Okay.
St. Augustine was black.
Now we're going
I
to...
wonder who's in the Punic
That's
Wars.
what you think.
Yeah.
But for a second,
He's going to tell me that St. Augustine was not black. Go on.
Yeah, because he was on a
Yeah, I
point
know,
or
that was
something.
nonsense.
They
No,
don't-
historians believe that St. Augustine wasn't. So St.
Berber.
Augustine, scholars generally agree
Where's
that.
your source?
I got this from Wikipedia.
Okay, cool. Go
But
on.
they put different.
That's fine. Yeah, no,
They have the citations. I haven't.
It's cool. No,
I
it's
don't
cool.
have the citations.
It's cool.
So I'll get it from Wikipedia.
It's cool. Go on.
So Augustine, scholars generally agree that Augustine and his family were Berbers, which is what I am. An ethnic group indigenous to North Africa, but they were heavily Romanized. Romanized as in terms of language, so he spoke the Latin language. I'm sure.
Sorry, you know, how long were the Romans occupied North Africa for?
Yeah, but they don't take over
what?
the
How
whole
long?
country.
How long?
How do you know this?
But they're only a minority.
How long?
Yeah, but
How
you know
long?
Arabs.
Centuries.
The Arabs were there for how long?
How many centuries? How
North
long?
Africa?
How long?
No, that's
I
Arabs.
don't know. But
About 600 years.
The Ptolemies were there.
Right, about 600 years, the Romans occupied significant parts of North Africa. About 600. I'm just clarifying that. Right, but go ahead.
But the thing is, the scholars didn't say that he was Roman. They said he was a Berber.
I'm not denying that
Romanized.
St. Augustine was a Berber.
But
St. Augustine was a Berber, I
was
affirm that.
Romanized. So he spoke the Latin language.
Yeah.
Because obviously Romans occupied that area, and
Yeah.
obviously I'm sure they enforced them in
What's your
school.
point, though? I'm not seeing your point.
No, we have
So we agree St. Augustine was Romanized, just like many
we have
Berbers
a
today
picture.
are Arabized.
No, we have a
Exactly.
picture.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
What's-
And like, they
He
don't
wasn't
do
black,
that anymore.
but he was from the north.
race
He
could
was
be
from
like-
Annaba, which is in.
Augustine was black, you know.
He was Annaba. which is-
Everybody knows St. Augustine.
Everybody knows that.
That it's
Someone said that to me last
No,
week.
but it's well known. This one is basic. Today, sorry, I'm sorry. To be fair, right? To be fair, fam.
Should I pull out more pictures?
Alright, can I?
Shut up, it's St. Augustine, black person. Shut up that in.
All right.
Shut up in.
You can if you want to, right? You can if you want to, yeah. Are you aware of the fact that they also told us that Hannibal was white as well, yeah?
He was.
Hannibal was white, yeah.
Hannibal.
What about
He was brown.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He was olive skin,
Because Carthaginians were white, yeah.
Carthage was originally the Phoenicians came to North Africa. They're from Lebanon.
You know what colour olives are?
Olive skin. I don't do this. I don't do this whole black and white thing.
It's a good point. It is a good point. It is a good point.
I don't
You
know
got
about
green
black
olives
and
and you got black olives. So which one are we doing? Which one?
Well, like shade of olive.
Yeah, black.
Am I like
Black olives or the green
Or the green
There's no
olives.
picture of him that he's black.
And no,
There's no picture, yeah?
just
Sorry,
like a
that made me
green,
laugh.
just like a green
Right.
leaf.
So wait, so are there any photographs in those pictures?
For olive skin is like Mediterranean.
Are there any
skin.
photographs in those pictures?
Like tan.
Of St. Augustine?
Well, that's what I meant by olive
They got
skin.
photographs of St. Augustine.
You know.
You didn't mean a real olive.
They
I didn't mean black olive.
Did they time travel?
The green olive either.
Why are you taking the mic, man? Well, I'm trying to.
I'm asking you, no, because the reason why we're having.
I wasn't born yesterday.
Hold on,
I wasn't born
hold on,
yesterday.
right? No, you know what's funny
Or
though?
a leaf is a green
You have
olive.
a nice smile, man.
Look at the colour of the leaf.
Right, listen. One
Anyways,
second.
anyways.
One second. You know what's funny? Yeah. You know what's funny? You spoke earlier, yeah, about Romanized art, yes, being among the Carthaginians. So oftentimes when they depicted people, they depicted them in a certain kind of way, yeah, specific to the Roman phenotype.
Not really like phenotype,
right?
it's
What's it
just the
called?
style of
Right. So the point I'm making is now if we look at like coinage, yeah, for example, of Hannibal, yes, and look at the coins that are being made by the Carthaginians at that time, explicitly black features.
He came from
Yeah.
Lebanon. Wait, hold on.
Oh my God.
Hold on, can I speak? Carthage was originally Phoenician, and then Northern Africa came up with Carthage.
So are Phoenicians black?
No,
That's
I
what
don't
you
believe that.
believe.
That's what you believe.
That's what you believe,
No,
bro.
I know.
This is all
This
belief.
is
bro.
why.
I know,
Let me tell you why.
This is
Let me
all
tell you why I
opinion.
know. Let me
This
tell
is
you why I
all
know.
opinion, bro.
Wait, can I say something
It's
else?
in
What
the
I was
name.
gonna say, man.
It's in the name, my brother. It's in the name.
Purple, yeah.
Right?
You're not purple.
Yeah.
You're
No,
not
that's
purple.
your modern
No, wait,
interpretation.
hold on.
Nobody's purple.
No,
Can I say something
that's
else?
your modern
You honestly think you're
interpretation.
purple?
Hold on,
Bro,
can I-
that's your modern interpretation.
You know, a white person
Alright,
can turn
no,
The
purple.
original interpretation
Can I
was
say something?
shiny
You know what?
black.
Right, one second. Let me drop something. Right, you mentioned Carthage, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's deal with Carthage for a second, right? Two archaeologists, yeah, one called Robbins, yeah, one called Shoot. I forget their first names, yeah.
Yeah.
Oftentimes when you're dealing with disciplines, people don't.
Remember
People
that.
don't. One sec, right? People don't use that. They often just put it in the surnames, yeah. Robbins and Shoot, yeah. They did an archaeological dig of a graveyard, yeah. Carthaginian society, all right. And oftentimes when archaeologists are dealing with identifying the racial characteristics, they're dealing with the body proportions, yes? Because African people, different people tend to have different body proportions, yeah? To different other people. They test melanin content, in skin and bones and them kind of things there. They look at hair, right? Because this beautiful hair right here, we are the only people that have this right here. You know what I'm saying? This beautiful hair.
Come on.
Who?
Come on.
Who has
Show
hair?
me a Berber.
This beautiful hair right here.
This
This hair right here, yeah.
Show me a
We're the
Berber.
only people that have this right here, right?
There's many.
So generally speaking,
There's many.
so generally speaking,
bro.
right? So hold on.
Yeah, North African.
You got juice, bro. Man got juice,
Right, so hold
bro.
on. So hold on. So I'm saying,
Oh, you know why?
right. So I'm saying,
Look at this. Look at this.
Man.
Look. Oh my God. Oh my God.
We stop
These will turn into dreadlocks after a week.
hey, I'm telling you.
Nah, guys.
It looks similar to yours.
Let me get to my point. Right? So they did. No. Now bearing in mind, yeah, Carthage is late in the history. So we already know that at this point it's mixed already. But we know, that there's still significant black population in that area of the world at this point. Because the archaeology can find bodies of whole graveyards that are black, so-called Negroid in their body proportion. Yeah, from Carthage.
It's only body proportions that's taken off. What's the
What I said, this is what I said carefully. I said, archaeologists, when they're trying to find the racial characteristics of their finds, they look at body proportions, melanin content. Now they can study DNA, them kind of things there. And I am saying that we know that a significant portion, even at that time, Carthage, yes, which is AD. Yeah? And it's already mixed. So the Vandals, the Phoenicians, the Greeks, the Romans, them done gone there already. Right? Sorry, I'm thinking Pato again. They've been there before. They've already been. Yes?
But
and we already know.
Unfortunately for the Romans, the Carthaginians existed before them.
Before them?
In Rome, in Sicily.
Right.
You understand? So they control the country.
On that point. So there's evidence. Listen, for example, the people of the Mediterranean.
Carthaginians were in.
Listen. Tune in.
Well, they were Europeans.
Tune in.
The Europeans
One
were there.
sec, Maki. One point, Maki. One point. There is also evidence of the fact, that the people on the other side of the Mediterranean they have African DNA because the Africans crossed over into that part of the world. Right. So it's evident. So one second. Right. So it's evident.
When we was doing
one
the
second.
conquering.
So it's evident if they could cross over the Mediterranean Sea.
It was Berber warriors, by the way.
Think about it now.
That's how you make Berbers.
No, Berber warriors that look like
That's how you make Berbers.
One sec.
Yeah?
If the Africans,
You get me?
One
And we
sec.
make man like
If
you.
the Africans,
we done?
come back
Wait,
to your
so
point.
I'm African then.
One
What?
sec,
I'm African
one
then.
sec, one sec,
No,
one
let me
sec.
Told you.
If the Africans,
Mainly Euro.
Maku, hold on, man. You're being disruptive right now, right? You get me? You're bringing that SU energy, you know. And I know you don't do an IFA, but you're bringing the SU energy, you know. All right, what's it called? Right. So if the Africans, come back to your point now, if the Africans can cross the Mediterranean and go into Europe, why couldn't they not exist in North Africa?
Okay, the reason why that happened historically is because when the Islamic Empire came,
And it stones.
when the Arabs or the Islamic Empire came,
In the 7th century,
they employed Berber warriors
Yes.
to take them and conquer Iberia.
Yes.
Now, what did these Berber warriors look like? Can I show you pictures? Yeah? Of what these Berber warriors look like? Can I show you
I'll tell you,
pictures?
I'll tell you what you do.
No, let me show
I'll tell
you what
you
these
can
Berber
do.
warriors look
I'll tell you what you
like,
can do.
yeah?
I'll tell you what you can do. That's what I'm trying to say.
Let
One,
me show you what these Berber warriors look like.
it's important to listen, yeah? I gave you evidence, of Carthage,
And I'm gonna give you evidence.
Listen. No, but you're not. You're gonna show me a picture.
Can I-
So what I'm gonna ask you to do? All right, let me show you what I mean.
Berber warriors, yeah?
Let me show you what I mean.
This is what Berbers
Listen.
warriors look like.
Let me show you what I mean.
This is what Berber warriors look like.
Good.
These are the ones
Fine.
that were employed
Fantastic.
pre-Arab invasion to go conquer Iberia.
Yeah. But hold on.
Do they look black to you?
Did they look black to you?
But hold on.
He's one of the Berber warriors.
Hold on. What did I say?
Painting, though,
Hold on. When was this? Yeah, the Arabs invaded when?
Just like we go.
They came 7th century.
7th century.
7th
Yeah.
century
What
invader.
was my statement?
Carthage was prior to that.
What was my? Carthage was prior to that,
Yeah.
and Carthage was a significantly black
No, but he's the one that
civilization.
mentioned
I don't agree, but
Listen. Right.
You're right on
So
all counts.
to bring me something from the 7th century, even if that is correct, yeah,
Look.
doesn't prove the point. But
Kahina, which
But-
was a Berber queen.
no, you see, you're
she
gonna show me.
fought-
Right.
She fought against.
Kahina.
She fought against.
Dahia and Kahina. How did
She wasn't black.
How did the
100% she wasn't black.
How did the
I can
Arabs?
swear about
How did the Arabs?
She
Listen,
was.
listen,
Kahina
listen.
was not black.
Guys,
Listen.
guys, I want to speak.
Listen.
Kahina was not black.
How did
She was not black.
who was she fighting? Who was she fighting?
The Arabs.
Right. How did the Arabs describe Al Qaeda?
How
else?
did they describe her?
Yes. How did they describe her?
Yeah.
What else? What else though?
She was Jewish.
What else though? What else though?
They didn't say black, bro.
They didn't say
They
black.
didn't say black. They described her. I'll make it up here. I'll make it up.
She was black.
There's a
Kahina was not black, bro.
Go on.
they described her. The Arabs who fought her, you know.
I can give you Saint
And they
Augustine, but not
they
Kahina.
fought her, and she whooped them to the extent that they were fearful
No,
of her.
she died. She got killed.
She was
in battle.
eventually defeated
Yeah, she got
in
killed,
709, I believe.
not wrong for
Yeah,
it.
right.
Yeah, go
But that was after a while of fighting them.
Yeah.
She was a fierce opposition to them. That's why they called her a witch. They couldn't understand how this black woman.
That's Kahina.
Yeah,
Hold on, I'm
was-
kinda confused
Are you
right
being
now.
serious?
Can I-
1 second.
Allow it.
I'm gonna
That's
give.
what Kahina
No, I'm
was.
just
Yeah, cool.
No,
So what's the black one underneath?
Hold on. The funny thing is, he's giving.
Oh, see.
I'll check,
That's
I'll
what I'm saying. He's gonna
check, I'll
he's giving me paintings. You know, he ain't saying where the paintings come from, what year
I
they were
think that's a picture of
painted,
just a
or
woman.
anything like that.
think
But
it's
the
like picture
Arabs,
of
Jesus.
but the Arabs
Why is
exactly.
it there?
But the Arabs of the time described her as dark skin, yes, with wild hair
Okay, can
and
you
big
give us
eyes.
this evidence?
Can I
Give us
talk?
this
Yeah, that's what they
evidence.
described her.
Okay, show me
As
this.
dark skin with wild hair
What does?
and big eyes.
That doesn't mean
Right.
black.
Okay.
Wild hair don't mean black. Wild hair don't mean
You know,
black.
she's ignoring the
I
dark
have
skin
wild
part.
hair. I'm
Okay.
not black.
Dark
I
skin
have
don't mean
wild
black
hair. I'm not
either.
black.
Doesn't
Dark
mean
skin,
black.
what level of dark skin
Doesn't
do
mean
you
black.
have?
Yeah. All right, cool.
What level of dark skin do you have?
Where is it then?
What level of dark
more.
skin do you
I'm
have?
saying, one second.
Okay, can I talk? Wait.
All right, let her talk.
I just want to say, I'm getting confused with the dates of when they became
my
white
head
or
was.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like the Romans,
Yes.
they became what they mixed and they, became
The
white.
Vandals, yes,
Yes.
yes.
No, don't let him escape
Wait,
this,
no,
man.
and then
Show us where
no,
Kahina was
wait,
black.
bro, can I talk?
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna come back. Go.
And then after, when Kina was going against the Arabs, this is way after the Romans, this is way after the Vandals, this is way after, but she's still black. And this is in the northern part.
Yeah.
She's still black.
Yes.
Okay.
So what?
No, and
I
then-
clarify for you. Let me clarify for you. I am not saying now that at this point, North Africa, yes, was exclusively black. That's not what I'm saying. I said for already, by this point we're already dealing with mixture. By this point we're already dealing with over 1,000 years of invasions from Greeks, and the Hyksos, and so on and so forth, And so there's some of the people that we find even in Libya, yes. Because some of the people that invaded, were chased out. Not only they went back east, some of them went west, by the people in Kemet, the black people of Kemet. Even, let me show you something. Herodotus, 400 and something AD, sorry, BC, In 525 is when the Persians so-called conquered Egypt.
Yes.
That's the last point at which Egypt was never, or Kemet was never under black rule ever again after that point. But the Greeks who went to Egypt still describe Egyptians as black.
By the way, what is the source?
Herodotus, for example, yes, Greek historian described the Egyptians, yes, as black-skinned with woolly hair and big lips. And he's comparing them to a group of people, I'm forgetting their names, among the Greeks, that live among the Greeks. And he's saying those people are the same people as the Egyptians. He knows this because they look the same, as in they have dark skin,
Can I say something?
1 second, woolly hair and big lips. And also because they share cultural customs like circumcision, for example. So I'm saying to you, even, because one of the arguments was somebody told me that the Egyptians were not black. Even the Greeks, when Egypt was not under black rule, described the Egyptians as black.
Where'd you get this from?
Wait,
Egyptians
You
were
weren't
white.
listening. Herodotus,
Who said they were white?
a Greek historian.
Yeah, but some
Listen,
disagree
before
with
you
that.
speak, listen.
Some say that they were
Fine,
olive
bring me
skin colour.
evidence. Bring me evidence.
I will,
Bring
I
me
will.
evidence.
Some say
But
that
I'm
they
saying
were
to you,
just
a Greek
black.
historian who lived at the time, remember I said, 525 BC. Yes?
Yeah.
The Persians conquered Egypt. Egypt is not under black rule at this point. Herodotus is writing in 400 and something BC.
Okay.
So Egypt is under Greek rule. But they still called it, the people that they refer to as Egyptians are the black people. Why? Because they know they're not original to the land.
All right, can I talk now? It's fine. Okay, thank you. I would also like to say in ancient Egypt, I don't know, I think this was the 21st dynasty. This was way after black rule. This was like around the Roman rule. And the art, I'm going to talk about the art, but they did...
what century, sorry?
I think it was 21st dynasty. I don't know which dynasty it was.
57, 56.
No, I don't
Because it was the last one.
No, it was the last dynasty that the one I'm talking about.
Yes. Well, that
it
was the only
somewhere
time
in
there was Europeans.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know which dynasty.
But tell me the Greek.
Anyways, it was this art which showed different ethnicities that lived within ancient.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So they showed Libyans, the ancient Libyans, which was basically all of North Africa at the time.
Yes.
And they were very olive skin pale. And then they showed Syrians.
They were brown, yeah.
In the image it was brown. And they had like traditional tattoos and all that.
That was not.
And then they showed Nubians.
Yes.
That was Hittites.
As black, yes.
Yeah, and as like
yes,
black.
Yes.
And then they showed Assyrian.
Yes.
As like similar to
Same
Berber,
thing.
similar to the Amazigh, like a kind of palish, kind of olive skin.
No.
That's not how I record it, but yeah, go on. That's not how I record it. That's not how I record it. Yeah, show me the thing. Yeah, show me the thing. That's not how I record it.
And then the ancient Egyptians showed as like the brown kind of bronze.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Now, Diodorus Siculus.
They used to call them meshwish.
Diodorus Siculus, another one of these Greek historians, speaks. Now you have to understand, in the ancient, around the European ancient world, the phrases that they use, the Greeks and the Romans use to refer to black people, were phrases like Egyptian, Ethiopian, Moor, and Libyan. This is what you're talking about, yeah. So demonstrate what you're talking about now, yeah.
Sorry, the screen's locked.
Yeah, go on.
So this is.
That's actually a recreation though of the actual thing.
This one is a Hittite. That one's a Hittite, right?
No, this one's a Berber.
Okay.
This one's no wait. This one I think is a Hittite.
You don't.
Now what's the date on?
How do you still
No,
know
we
the
did.
hieroglyphs?
Yes, we did.
But what's the date on the thing though?
Berbers known to be the oldest indigenous group.
No,
it's not. That's the point.
No.
There are groups before the Berbers. You ever heard the term proto-Berber before?
Sorry.
Yeah.
You've got to
Wait, how
go
do we
to
know
something
those
called
paintings
the
are- how do we know who
Punic
is
Wars.
this painting?
No,
Yeah? You know about the Punic Wars, my
That's the
brother?
German
Yeah.
Right.
How?
So
She's
this
got
is
a
the first
recreation
emergence of
Yeah, no, but no one can
Berbers.
read
That's the
hieroglyphs.
original.
I
So
don't
they're
know
on the
what
Moors.
is
It's
it
on the
that
walls.
they
But they've done a recreation of
Punic Wars,
it.
you have to go
The
to
Moors comes
that's
right.
better.
You mix it
Where?
up. Moors came right after
All
Islam.
right. So no.
Because I know this is a
No,
One second.
Yeah,
Are
sorry.
Carthaginians Moors?
Yeah.
No.
See, this is where your
Right,
confusion
because
is.
the term Moor was used to describe black people,
No, it was
and it became associated. The more Islam became encountered on the continent.
Show me, Moor was used.
The
Hold
term
on, sorry.
Moor,
The Moor was
the etymology of the word, it means black.
No, it
was-
doesn't. I love
oh
how
my
people
God.
use
That's why
that language.
The
Moor,
Arab,
hold on.
even the Muslim Arabs describe people as Moors, and they're Muslim. As Moor, Othello in Shakespeare is a Moor.
Moors was used to describe Spanish converts as well. It wasn't just black people.
And it's
Because black people were
Yes,
taken
to
to Spain.
Islam.
No, they were
Black
Muslims
black
first.
people were taken to Spain.
Oh,
And
bro.
black Muslim scholars were taken to Spain.
What are you talking about?
No,
Queen
they-
Isabella, hold on
no,
one
wait,
second.
hold
One
on.
second.
Spanish.
Queen
Black people
Isabella is
went
Christian.
in Spain.
So when she comes
converted-
in,
I got evidence, yeah.
Of what? Go on.
So
She came
scientists
in
conducted
with
the Y
Christianity,
chromosome.
right?
Yeah.
DNA.
Go back to the
E1,
word.
B1,
Came
I want to hear
in
the
with
evidence. He's got
Christianity,
DNA
though.
evidence. Go on.
Where the word
He's got DNA evidence. He's got DNA evidence. He's got DNA evidence. Go on. Go on. I want to hear it. That's
So
all.
when you look at the gene,
Yes.
Berber
B1,
gene.
B1, B.
Yeah.
North Africa
Yeah.
holds that gene stronger than Southern European. So
Yeah.
you can see the genetic difference between
Yeah.
Southern
The Southern
Europeans
European and the North African. Yeah.
today of today.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not denying that. Yeah,
so-
yeah. Do you know why
so
though?
if they-
Right,
if they
right.
tested me-
now delve into. Go on.
So if they were to test me
Yeah.
and test a Spanish guy,
Yeah.
our
They'll find
genetics
something
would be
different.
way
Let's talk
different.
about
Yeah.
Way different.
Go on. Right.
So
Yeah. lie.
if you believe,
No, he's not lying. He's not lying. Go on.
if you believe,
Right, go on.
if you believe, that my people, the Berbers, came from anywhere else,
Yeah.
well, it's false because
Yeah.
we don't share the same genes.
All right,
we don't
cool.
share the
Cool.
same
Let's deal with that.
It's
Now,
facts, man.
Yeah,
I'm not making it up.
I know he's not making it up. No, he's not making it up. He's not making it up.
B1B
Delve
doesn't
in.
exist.
Delve
It's
in.
all
Hold
nonsense.
on. Delve into.
Not science.
Delve into. Because you've given me a designation. So North African DNA. Yes. So you have to now explain to me. Listen. right? What is the basis for the designation North African DNA?
They said that it was it's very similar to East African, Horn of Africa DNA as well, because both of them originate from Egypt. Both of them originate from.
You're incorrect.
You do know the Berber language originates from Egypt.
No, it's partly right. And as we've been demonstrating, Egypt is a black African nation originally, right?
Yes.
But what's
You
it
don't
called?
speak Farsi or
But
something.
hold on. When they say you have to understand science here and designations.
next one to Greek.
When they say North African DNA, they're referring to a specific location in which people's DNA developed in a certain way. Yes? But when they say North African, and if you were to study the origin of that designation, you will know that what they're calling North African DNA does not originate on the continent. Right. That's the DNA of people. Listen, that's the people
It originates in the Horn of Africa.
That is the people. No. When they say North African,
Horn of Africa. It says Horn of Africa.
Go on.
Place of origin. It originates in the Horn
No,
of Africa.
I want you're showing me the haplogroup EM215. Yeah, I'm saying to you, show me the thing about North African DNA. Yeah, that's what I'm asking you about.
You want to know about North African DNA?
It's the same picture that you showed.
That's the original.
That's the original.
What about this one?
As I said, that is a Hittite. Yeah, and a Canaanite. So there's Canaanites and there's Hittite or the Hikakasu.
I'm disappointed now. I've been waiting for this
So
evidence.
if they were this brown, then why would Hannibal be black?
What?
If they were this brown, why would Hannibal be black?
But it doesn't make sense because Hittites come from Turkey.
Yeah,
But that's still within the Middle East region.
So why
they're
chromosome?
Turkish. So we know where they are and we know where they come
Hello
from.
group E is the most common particle group
What? Canaanite?
among the Berbers.
Yeah, they're from Middle East.
It represents up to
no?
100% of the Y chromosomes among some Berber populations.
Why they're red?
Yeah.
Are we not brown?
Hello group
No, but
E
you
is
Some of
if
us are
you
brown.
have emerging prehistoric North Africa.
No, bro,
or East Africa.
you're dealing with
So
one
if
section of the
someone's
DNA
of
now.
a different
So the
gene
EMA,
of the same family.
you have to study the thing a bit
Is
more,
it
innit?
different?
Because the whole
I can
DNA.
be this tone.
There are many
the West
different.
East.
Yeah, so there are many different. E1B1, for example, is black people. Yeah, so I'm saying you're dealing with one strain.
What? Hannibal. When I said this is Hannibal.
Nobody said it was black.
Bro. Now he's dealing with the E1B, right, and them kind of things there. Yeah, and he's showing me this here, and asking me how is this black people? Yeah. Right. Now if I now you who say yeah, let me show you something, right? Let me show you something. Take care. You who say I'm a Jamaican, yeah. If you come to Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
You know, like we're talking about an area of the world that's been invaded for thousands of years. The Africans have been in Jamaica for 400-500 years, yeah, and you'll find people that look exactly like that color, yes, in Jamaica as a result of mixing over generations.
Can I say what it says?
Go on then.
Basically, it says that it is thought to this gene E1B1B1B it is thought to have originated in North Africa 5,600 years ago.
Yeah, that's fine. But that's not in dispute. What I'm saying? Listen,
say 1,000.
Right, listen carefully to what I'm saying.
5,600 years ago.
Listen carefully to what I'm saying.
This man.
Listen carefully.
1B1B.
Listen carefully to what I'm saying. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. What I said was, when they're talking about North African DNA, because the DNA thing, yeah, they study DNA and they make designations based upon where they find the DNA, right? So, for example, you can if you deal with the native peoples of the Americas, yes, you'll find specific DNA patterns among them, even though some of them migrated from the continent of Africa, some of them migrated from the Asian continent, but they've evolved a particular way, and they've got specific DNA sequences that are specific to them now in that region of the world. Are you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? So when they say Native American DNA, that's what they mean. Yeah? They don't mean that necessarily the people that are there necessarily originated there. But that DNA sequence comes about in that environment with those people. So I'm saying, when they say North African, you have to study what is behind, not the designation, you know, what is behind the designation. Because, for example, you'll find DNA sequences of different peoples of the African continent, and you might find that they share an origin. Yeah? So if a Somali brother might be have different DNA to a Congolese brother, yes, but we know through history that both of them share descendants from the Nile Valley, yeah, from Kemet and Nubia, yes, right. So the point is, when they say North African DNA, what is it that they're referring to? And I'm telling you that they're talking about a DNA sequence that came from Europe and evolved in North Africa.
It doesn't say that. It says that Southern Europeans share it because of North African immigration.
Another thing,
Because of North African immigration.
bro.
certain parts of Iberia and
But
Southern Europe.
that is possible too, because
We have historical
it depends on
facts
which one you're talking about.
of my people
but I done said, but I know not your people. I done said already that the Africans from Southern Africa already migrated into the Maghreb and then reached the Mediterranean across the Mediterranean Sea. We've already dealt with that. We've already dealt with that. Yeah. So the people them in Italy and Spain, you will find, even though they're majority white, you will find African DNA among them.
What year was this?
So
what century was this? Because I'm giving you pre-7th century. That's what I'm giving you.
Yeah, I'm talking about pre-7th century as well. I'm talking about thousands of years.
This is 5,600 years ago.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about.
The problem with that is, hold on, wait. The problem with that is, what he's trying to explain is, one, with DNA, you cannot be specific to a location. You understand? You can't.
You have to study the migration patterns.
You understand?
Yeah, you have to study migration
who's
patterns.
living there now?
Right.
Yeah, they've swabbed already. You know what I'm saying? And then when you do your DNA thing, they match it to those people who live there at
the time.
particular time.
So for example,
You know what I'm saying?
if now you do my DNA and you find Ashanti, right, they're gonna match me to Ghana, yes, but the Ashanti people don't only originate from Ghana. The Ashanti people are bigger than just Ghana. Yeah, if you do the same thing with Yoruba, the Yoruba are mostly known in Nigeria today, but they're not specific to Nigeria. They exist in more countries than Nigeria.
Yeah.
To the point, so that's the problem. When you bring anything, you have to know where you talk about.
Okay, let me ask you a simple question then. Since that you don't agree with this, let me ask you a simple question. So where did the non-Negroid Berbers come from? Because there's not actually there's no evidence for that.
Why are we playing games? Why are we playing games?
We've done spoken about. Again, we've given you DNA.
I just showed you
We've
that
given you
Greeks,
DNA.
Italians, and Spanish people don't share the same DNA as North Africans.
I've just explained to you why, but you haven't heard, right?
You're just giving me a fallacy.
With due respect,
Somalis would claim E1B1B.
Fam, I've given him.
Some of my
I've given him DNA evidence.
Claim E1B1B. So now, even if it was, imagine, even if it was, that means they share the same DNA with Somalis. No, hold on, with Somalis.
All that means is that the people from that region
original
today.
with the G.
Exactly. No, say that again.
It's got to be the Somali, innit? For example.
Yeah, go on.
Because they're saying I'm E1B1B. The original. Of what saying? Anyone who has it as well came out of
E1B1B.
Exactly.
No, I know. Do you know what's funny? But you don't realize.
I don't have the same gene as European.
Listen. You don't realize that you're actually disproving your own point.
I'm not. I'm trying to say that.
Listen, the gene sequence that you're talking about, if it comes from the Horn of Africa, it is black. Yes?
No, they're similar.
Listen. This is what I'm saying.
I never said
Why?
it came from them.
Why? Because your Algerian sister just a minute already said that migration patterns went from as much as they went north, they went
up the
east, north, and west again. So we've got two different migration patterns. That's the reality. But if it comes from there, it's black. So even with what you're bringing me, you're disproving your own point.
Yeah.
No, but historically, the Berbers were not known for
not your
migration.
movements.
The Berbers were not known to have empires and spread.
The Berbers.
They did have Berberi
How can you
pirates,
not have an empire?
but they were only recent. They was
The
only in
Berbers
14th century.
are made up of different groups of people, and I've said, blessings. Yeah, so I don't know. Fam, man's bought descriptions from historical sources. Man's brought DNA. Man's brought archaeological finds. Yeah, man's brought evidence of migration patterns. Yeah, man's brought all these things, and he's saying that. Man's brought linguistics, and he's saying that there's no evidence. So we can't have a conversation.
He's done it.
He's done, fam. He's finished.
So
They need to
I
flee
don't
back to
share the
Europe.
same DNA, as a Southern European. That means I'm not originating
I'm
from
done.
Southern Europe.
I'm finished. Listen.
Yes, you are.
Let's move on from this now. One second. Let's move on from this now, yeah?
Man's from Southern Europe.
5,000 years ago, North Africa was a black nation. Africa is a black nation.
Africa should listen to your Algerian, your North African invader brother. Africa should listen to him.
Right.
He's an honest invader.
Right.
I like my invaders honest.
That's the reality.
I appreciate honest
You're partly
invaders.
Greek, Roman, whatever thing.
Irish is a good invader.
Sorry.
But then it doesn't prove things.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But I
Honest racism
would
is
go
a
with
good
my
racist.
original origin.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I would go
Right,
with my
no,
original origin. If it was
hold on.
Turkish, if it was Roman, I'll go with that. You get me? I wouldn't start making up stuff and say I'm Berber and we're original. That's a lie.
It's totally plausible.
say that black people didn't originate in Egypt.
Do you know what's funny? 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 Do you know what's funny though? Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny? I mentioned the black mummy earlier, yeah? And the black mummy is it's called the black mummy because it's black. The black mummy is evidence of mummification in Libya before it even existed in Kemet.
The black mummy was in Sahara, not in the Atlas Mountains, bro.
We don't care about the Atlas Mountains.
Is the Sahara in North Africa?
And Europeans coming in would stay in the Atlas Mountains.
What's your point? What's your point?
You don't let me speak.
What's your point? Go on, say what you're saying.
You're not going to get burnt up like in the Sahara.
Before the French invaded,
yes.
Before the French invaded, North Africa North Algeria never had Sahara. It was just the top. It became Sahara based on French imperialism to get the oil, to get the gas, to
He's
get
not
the
completely
money.
wrong about that.
Yeah,
what's the point?
that's what
What's
happened.
the point?
So man can make this.
So the black mummy.
He's trying to say Algeria is just like the coastal part.
Yes.
What's his point though? What's his point?
My point is, when you talk about the black mummy,
Yeah.
yes, isn't non-black Algeria?
Right, no. Let me show you why Shekelery. The conversation. Finish it.
So when you talk about the black mummy, the black mummy, I watched the documentary by the way.
Go on.
The guy wasn't.
I'm not talking about. I watched the documentary. I just know about the evidence.
He
But go on.
found it in south.
In the southern part of Libya.
Yes.
Is Libya in
Which
North Africa?
Yes, but that's Sahara.
But the southern part.
No, there's two distinctions, brother.
All right, okay.
There's the Atlas Mountains.
The Sahara is what then?
And there's the Sahara.
So when the Sahara becomes the Sahara.
That kid that they found, the black kid, yes, he did originate from there.
Yeah.
But then.
So what about the evidence that I brought about the whole graveyard of so-called Negroid
I have to look
features?
that up.
You have to look it up, right?
I have to look it up. Just like how I looked up that one.
Fine, look it up. Good. Look it up.
And he's from the Sahara, which is
conversation.
Let me finish. Which is border to Niger.
Is the Sahara in North Africa?
We know that. Yes, it became because of French imperialism. Because of French imperialism.
And you believe you're not French?
Hold on.
I'm not from the Sahara.
Wow.
I'm not from the Sahara.
Man believes he's not French.
I'm not from the Sahara. I'm from the Atlas Mountains, where it snows during the winter.
I want to move on.
Even your people, your original
I've
people.
never been from the
Hold
Sahara.
on.
I've never been to the Sahara.
Even your original people are not from Africa. That is the bottom line, right? They came in at a particular time.
There's no evidence for that. There's no evidence of
We've
Berbers,
just been
Berbers
saying
coming in.
You're the evidence.
We're just saying it.
Can you give me
We've
the
been given it already. You
By the
know.
way, you're the evidence.
We've
You can't
spoken
look at skin
about.
colour.
We've
You can't look
spoken.
at
We have spoken about.
We need to go to school.
Let
what I'm
us.
saying.
No. Let us both go to Algeria. Hold on, bro.
No.
I'm just saying.
But you know what?
I'm
You know
just
what's funny
saying.
though?
I'm just
He's
saying.
saying we can't look at skin color, but his debate is that the people are not black.
Come
That's what
on,
I'm
bro.
saying. Don't look at skin color,
Thank
but
you.
your debate is
You're running
the people,
away from
whether
it.
the people are black or not.
Eh?
This is the joke.
Accept your heritage, bro.
You're saying don't look at
could be
skin color,
Turkish.
but your debate is that the people are not black.
Yeah.
This is the joke.
No, the
right?
Tuareg were black. Black Berbers, they were black, of course.
Okay, so the
No.
original
Bear in
Berbers
mind,
are black.
bear in mind, I'm getting heat,
Yes?
I'm getting heat from
Original
my
Berbers are
argument.
black. Like, look.
So what, the non-black Berbers?
Like my sister Zubaydah, yeah? Algeria, yeah? She says that in the north, yeah, it's commercial, there's bare people, In the south, yeah? In the south of the country, is black. 100%.
Why is it always the
You know,
south?
the South wasn't part of the country until imperialist France came. It wasn't part
But
of the country.
why are all the black people always in the
It wasn't
south?
part of the
Why
North-
are all the black people always in the south?
The south of the
You know,
country.
hold on.
Because sub-Saharan Africa.
Do you know there are people in West Africa today, yes, that originate in North Africa? Many of the Fulani people and so on. Why are they in West Africa? Do you know why?
Probably they migrate.
What, for what reason? Because of what? What were the circumstances of the migration?
Probably trade.
No, invasion.
No, there's no evidence for that. There's no evidence of Berbers like me who have come into land and invaded. That's my point.
You have
There's no
a problem.
evidence.
I realize you have a problem with listening.
There's no evidence.
I realize you have.
No, telling me
I
about a
realize-
graveyard. Telling me
I
about a
realize
graveyard.
you have a problem with listening. Listen to what I said.
You need to show me paintings.
Listen to what I said.
Historical facts.
Listen to what I said.
Historical writings by historians that Berbers came into the land and wiped out the black natives and sent them south. There's no evidence for that.
I never made a claim.
This is
Hold on, no. Straw man. I never made the claim that Berbers came in and wiped out anybody.
You said I'm an invader.
No.
You said I'm an invader.
Yeah, I said. Okay, I never made a claim that Berbers came in and wiped out. That was not what I was saying.
Am I an invader?
Right? Yes, you are.
I am an
Yes, you
invader.
are.
So
Yes,
I
you
did
are.
come into
Yes,
the
you are.
region. So
Yes,
I
you
did
are.
come into
Yes,
the
you are.
region.
Yes, you are.
So I did
Yes, you
come
are.
into the
Yes,
region.
you are.
and
There are
pushed out
many
the
people.
natives.
There are many people.
Where is the evidence
There
for
are
that?
many people.
Where's the
There are many
evidence
people
for
that are called Berber today that are the descendants of invaders. That is a fact.
That's right.
Yes, there are black Berbers who are indigenous.
Right.
Yes, that is a fact. No.
Tuareg.
Study this. Study this. In Algeria, hold on.
Looking like gypsies with pale skin
in Algeria,
pink and that.
in Algeria, you remember you made the claim, yeah, that when the French invaded, they didn't consider the Berbers to be black, to be white, yes, right? Despite the fact that you yourself consider yourself to be white, what's it called? The Berbers, the French, that's what you said, yes. That the French did not consider the Berbers to be right. The Arabs were already there, though, right?
Because they were racist.
Listen. But the Arabs were already there, yes.
The Arabs already came.
No,
the Arabs got kicked out.
The Arabs were when the French came. The Arabs were there.
Yes.
No, they got kicked out, bro.
But by who?
By the French.
Exactly.
So when the French came, the Arabs were there.
Yeah, it
They
makes
kicked
sense.
out the Ottomans. They kicked out the Arabs.
The Ottomans were also there.
Yeah.
So the French came.
They kicked them out.
The Arabs were there. The Ottomans were there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so when
Listen. I'm not finished. Right? You said your so-called tribe is what again? Kabyle, yes? Right. Are you familiar with the relationship between the French, who colonizers, and the Kabyle tribe of the Berbers? And how?
I know it.
Right?
I know it inside out.
So what was their relationship? What was the difference in the relationship between the French and the Kabyle, and the French and the Ottomans, and the French and the Arabs?
The French, they used the Kabyle for their own agenda.
Why?
They said to them, help us remove the Ottomans.
Why?
Why? Because they wanted to take over the country.
Yeah.
That's why.
But there's another reason though.
Another reason?
Yes.
Well, they segregated them. They said the Kabyle were very traditional people.
Yes.
They remained in the Atlas Mountains.
Yes.
They never left the
All
Atlas
that.
Mountains.
And to be fair,
French,
there were some of the Kabyle that rebelled against the French too. I'm not denying that.
Yeah, my
But
grandma's brother.
But
was
remember,
part of the military.
you said, your statement was,
Yeah.
your statement was that the French did not consider the Kabyle to be white. They considered them to be more white than the Ottomans and the Arabs who were there.
Possibly, yeah.
Right.
I'm not denying that.
Right.
But they never considered them as European white. Anyways.
No, the French when they came to colonize.
Yeah. But when did black Berbers become known as Algerians? When did they become known as Algerians? When were they identified as Algerians?
The Algerian as a nationality is something that comes after 1884, 1885 with the Berlin Conference.
Last 5 minutes.
The country Algeria.
By the way, it was French
The
Algeria,
country,
not Algeria.
yeah. And then it became Algeria.
And then
Right?
So,
Yeah.
so,
Bay
so,
Invaders.
so,
And the name Algeria
He's answering his own
comes from
question.
the name Algeria. It comes from a city that was called Algiers, and the origin, the etymology of that word is Arabic because it was designated under the Arab invasion.
No, Zaire.
Right?
No, Zaire.
No, I know that.
No,
What I'm
it's
saying is,
Arabic, bro.
what I'm
It's
saying is,
Arabic.
Algeria and Algiers is derived from an Arabic word.
No, Algiers is a French word.
That's what I said.
Algiers is a French word.
Yeah, but it's.
Algiers is a French word.
I said it's derived.
Your French
You don't-
origin.
I said it's derived.
So-
Hold
I'm
on.
not
The
French,
word
I know one
Algeria
thing.
and Algiers
It's French.
is derived from an Arabic word. It's derived.
No, Jazair is
It's
Arabic.
derived from an Arabic word. Something like that. Yeah, I can't pronounce
But
it.
Zaire is a Kabyle word as well. It's a Berber word, bro.
Fam.
Zaire.
As you and I both know,
Anyways,
as you and I both
So
know,
when did
there are
black
many.
Berbers
Just like there are Arab loan words in Yoruba and Swahili, there are Arab loan words in the Amazigh language. You know that already. So why are you having this conversation?
Okay, when did black Berbers
Right?
consider
I'm saying
themselves
there are loan
Algerian?
words.
When did
That's the
black
whole
Berbers-
point.
When did
So
black-
what are you talking about?
When did-
Let's get back to topic,
when-
please.
I want to go something. No, I want to go somewhere else because this whole conversation started, because me and some brothers, right? Say again?
You ain't tried me yet.
I ain't tried you. I'm not trying anybody. Yeah, I was having a conversation with my brothers, and this gentleman came in.
I got involved. You know
right?
why? And when
Hold on.
you talk about Berbers, it gets personal.
Bro, the fact of the matter is, I never brought Berbers into the conversation. He did. I tried to make it look like, a man was on some anti-Berber flex. I never said a word
I
against.
saw the last week
I
one,
never said a
120 million
word.
Invaders, innit? I want to know.
I never said a word.
120 million
I-
invaders.
That's his language. It's not my language.
He called me an
Right.
invader. What am I, a Berber?
Right.
So that means I'm an invader.
Fam,
Yeah, man.
that's his
Come on,
language.
man.
What
Why
I
are you
said
running
was.
away from history.
Hold on.
That
Right.
means-
Let's deal with it.
my parents are invaders.
Let's deal with
These
it.
are the facts, bro.
Let's deal with it. 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 I said, yeah.
2 on 2, didn't
I said, yeah.
Even Stevens.
I said, yeah.
Balance.
That the watch the video good. And you hear me say that the dominant people in North Africa today are invaders. Yes? And they're the Arabs. Yes? And he brought in the Berber issue. And I said specifically, the Berbers do not dominate in North Africa today.
They conquered themselves.
I said it specifically that exactly like that. Right? Exactly. He challenged me and tried to say that I said 120 million North Africans are invaders. It's not what I said.
No, but you said it on one of the videos last week.
I never said I was not here last week. Yeah, I was not here last week.
Yeah, you weren't here last week.
Right. I never said that the entire population of North Africa are invaders. I said the people that dominate are invaders.
Yep.
That's what I said. That is a fact. Yeah?
What do you
Right.
call Arab League
Berbers
countries?
represent 80% of the
What you Arab League
I
countries?
said the people that dominate in North Africa.
Thank you.
Yes? White people dominate in Southern Africa. They are not the majority population.
Exactly.
Yeah? That's what I said.
But they ain't
I never said
Africans either.
one solitary word against Berbers.
Yeah.
The most you could tell me that I said against Berbers is that some are black,
Yes.
the
original.
and the original are black. Some are white.
Right.
Listen, we've been going through that the whole conversation.
Yeah, man. You can Google that.
No, but
You can Google that.
yeah, no,
I
yeah,
need to Google it. I've Googled it many a times.
Google the image.
I've Googled from every angle.
So Google the image Berber. Google Berber tribe. So then what then? So then why are you asking him silly questions then? So why are you asking him silly questions?
What I want to know is, isn't it, where did you get your claim that the original Berbers were black?
What?
Where do you get your information that the original
Put it
Berbers were
this
black?
way.
An emotional
There's
feeling?
so
No,
much.
it's not
There's
emotional.
so much,
It's
bro.
based
There's
upon
so
the
much.
fact that
Science.
it's
Are you
based
trying to
on
apply the
that
fact
proves
that Morocco's in Africa, so naturally Berbers are African?
you can't keep giving the argument. If you're going to ask a question, you have
No,
to
I'm
listen.
saying, I'm going to give you
If you're going to ask a question, you have to listen.
They say...
If you're going to ask a question, you have to listen. I'm going to.
Let me just add one in there. Northwest Africa, yeah? Morocco and Nigeria, and specifically, right, are actually geographically more in Europe in terms of geography. They are because of their climate.
All right.
But they're on a
Mediterranean.
continent.
Yeah, of course the people.
But they're on a
because
landmass.
that, because
So
that,
what? No, what I'm saying
listen,
is,
because that
So it'd be a
region.
nice place
all of a
for
sudden-
Europeans to settle.
No,
wouldn't it?
no, it wouldn't be.
Yes, it would.
So-
Yes, it
so-
would.
so
You
saying
wouldn't get
that-
skin cancer.
Who are you saying?
You wouldn't get fucking skin cancer. It makes fucking
Let me
sense.
give you an
You know what I'm saying?
example. If you come from
Why are you acting like you think? This guy said he
We've been
lived
over
up
this
in the
already, you
mountains,
know.
right? He lived up in the mountains. These people are from up in the mountains, right? So the atmosphere.
If you're a
hold on one
mixer,
second.
it
The
means that
atmosphere-
two different sets of
You
people
invaded
are
North
mixing.
Africa.
I'm
Blatantly.
saying, yes, that's
No,
not the case.
not Berbers.
Hold on.
Fake Berbers and Amazians are Ashkenazim, are Khazars. We know where you came from, bruv.
Eastern Europe.
The steps from Russia.
Phoenician.
Phoenician what?
Phoenician.
Phoenician, my black backside.
Do I look
A real
Russian?
Phoenician.
Do I look
Hold on.
Russian?
Did you watch 300?
Do I look Russian?
Did you? Hold on one second.
Do I look Russian?
I don't want to hear no Hollywood
No,
drama
no,
about
no.
debate.
Well,
can't be your
okay.
reference.
I'm going to give it as a reference. I am. I'm going to use
Let's
it.
make a point,
Yeah?
No,
Because
we're
Phoenicians,
going over ground that you've already been over.
Phoenicians never looked like none of you.
Because you came in the
None of you.
Have we invaded your ground or not?
No Phoenician ever looked like him. Xerxes. Did Xerxes look like this?
We all know.
All I see is Lebanese
We
claim.
all know.
I don't know what set you up, brother.
Yeah? Did that, what do you call that? Even the,
We all know that the
assassins
Berbers
that they
today,
hired.
yes, are a very mixed
How's
group.
black man
Right?
hiring black man?
And they come from
It makes sense.
people that have
You know
different
what
origins.
It doesn't mean they're not
They are the
indigenous. It
Persians,
doesn't
they're
mean
the
they're not
Phoenicians,
indigenous.
the Phoenicia means
Right? We know
purple.
that.
You've been talking all day. Would be listen.
That
I've been
means
quiet
Chinese.
all day,
I
bro.
want to hear this.
You've been talking all
And
day.
I haven't let you
Yo,
speak.
you-
right?
You've been
I
you
haven't
have.
let
You
speak.
have, but
Listen,
whenever I
stop
try to
talking, then don't.
Bro, it's a weak argument.
Stop trying to act like you have
Man, I jumping on things.
It's a weak argument. It's a weak argument, bro. Because if you go to
I
places,
haven't finished saying what I'm saying, so you don't know what I'm
I got
saying.
it.
Let him
I
have his
respect them. Respect your tradition. Respect
We've already been through
wherever you
right?
came.
We're talking about various different groups of people that have,
Or
and I never said
even
all of them are invaders.
your
You know. People migrate, people coming for trade, people, right? And I'm saying that, but I never said that
Don't just stop at a point. You get me and say, yeah.
All of the Berber, the white Berbers, are descended from
And anyone who
invaders.
knows
What
what
I said
Berber
is
is, knows
that
that
some,
Berber
there is, put it this way,
Just
you
like
and
a
I,
Nubian.
we all know that Vandals invaded, that Greeks
word.
invaded, that Romans invaded, right?
Nubians.
No, I don't. Right, all that kind of stuff. Right? We all know this, yes? And these people make up.
Shall I show you? You don't know. Let's not Google. I done a test though, a few months ago. Are you gonna believe it? Are you gonna believe it?
I'll give you an example, innit, bro?
I'm Berber. Huh?
This guy says
Nigerian, bro, and you were the first person to step foot in North Africa.
You wasn't expecting that, was you?
I was actually.
Was he expecting that?
Yeah, I was.
What does it say there?
Yeah, 73% North African. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. What's your point?
you said
this is the point. No.
you said I'm an invader.
No,
You said I'm an invader.
right. No, look.
I'm not an invader, I'm just
Right, he's got 73% North African DNA, yeah, and 2% West African. Right, let me show you something. We've already been through this already.
Southern European.
We've already been through this already.
They go home.
We're going through this DNA thing again. I actually want to go into the conversation. No, but it doesn't matter what you come with. We've already been
have a word with
Listen,
They're Algerians, they're Moroccans, my brothers.
we can't have a proper conversation.
Their DNA.
We can't have a
And then it
conversation.
don't make sense.
But are you saying that my
He's
ancestors...
done his.
Are you saying,
He's done his.
Are you saying that my ancestors invaded North Africa then?
Yes.
What ancestors were they?
I don't know, bro. But it's looking.
If you don't know, how do you say that they
If you say
Alright,
Amazia,
cool.
if you say you're Amazia,
If you as a Nigerian, was the first person to step foot in Morocco, does that mean you're indigenous from Morocco? No. So it means you
This is a
basically
joke.
invaded it without any...
This is a joke.
So do you accept that?
Or you
can't
basically
invade.
settled there.
Yeah, I
invade.
hate it.
We can't invade.
Am I an
We can't
invader?
invade
Say
our
again?
own
Am I
country.
an invader?
Yeah, you are. Right? Let me show you what I mean. Right?
What's your criteria for
How can we invade our own continent?
What's your criteria?
Does that make sense to you? Our own continent, our own country.
Your own continent. So back then, it was
How can you
classed-
invade your own
back then,
continent?
One second,
it was
Matthew,
a
one
continent,
second.
Is that what you're saying?
Because you're only going to come from
Maki, one
south,
second.
west, or...
Right, but
You get me?
in
the same continent.
What are you from, Yoruba or House of Fulani?
Everyone with green eyes.
Yoruba, yeah? So you're telling me
Everyone
Yoruba,
from green eyes
as a
and red.
tribe,
When have you seen
West
one
Africa,
Yoruba?
you didn't really know, and Morocco as a nation...
Everyone with blue eyes now, besides the
They
Armenians.
come
They come from one place, and it's not Africa.
Europe is Europe.
Black ginger.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Not black
That is
ginger.
way of this. That doesn't make sense.
It's not Irish, it does make sense.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know, I can tell. That's what I mean. That's like South Africa.
He could have that one black ancestor back in the day.
Even if we went by tribe,
You're not
your
getting it, are you? I
tribe,
don't think you're getting it.
your tribe didn't
I
exist.
haven't even brought everything that I can bring, you know. Right?
See, the tribal
Right.
link.
One second.
No, you out.
We're off topic, right? One second.
The
Maki, one
tribe
second.
is the tribe is thousands of years old, so we ain't got no worries with that.
done.
You
I
know what I'm
can't have a
saying?
conversation.
Yeah. Compared to
That's
Berber,
going down, fam.
you're my son.
All right then, Dad.
You're my son.
I want some pocket
You know
money,
what I'm
innit?
saying? Jokes. Yeah, my fucking son. I
need a bottle.
Hold on.
Coming in here,
Right,
telling me,
hold on.
Daddy,
Hold on, I wanna
what's your
before we close, Maki, hold on. Before we done though, I wanna deal with yeah, because this whole conversation,
telling me,
yeah.
What do you mean green eyes? I got brown eyes.
I've got green eyes.
You got hazel eyes, brother.
Hey, where's your Jew from?
I'm done.
How come yours is not
Location. They share one
How
ancestor.
come yours is not like that, Reba?
What is that? It's not
Man.
I don't know, we're in England, we're not
Wait,
really
what are we
hot
talking
funny.
about?
You already
This
look
beautiful
like
lush
a
afro compared to...
When I got Algeria, I don't mind.
Yeah. I don't say flipping ankle. Really? Just come on to that.
Really?
This conversation is none of way. One second, Maki.
You look like an Irishman.
One second, man.
Really?
One second. Allow, listen. Now let's have a conversation, man. Right now, it's just
This
this
Viking,
But if you
This
study the
Viking-
history of the Irish, the man not
this Viking,
I'm not
we can't have a proper conversation right
I'm
now,
not a
you know.
Viking. I'm not a Viking. I'm a Celt.
Khabib,
innit?
We can't have a proper conversation.
anyway.
I'm a
So,
Celt.
anyway,
out here.
We like
Ragnar-
Viking.
You know about
Hold on.
Khabib and that?
We can't have a
Ragnar
conversation.
over here.
Celt, not a Viking.
Right? Do you know what's funny though?
Do you know about
Ragnar-
Khabib?
One second.
Do you know about
Hey.
Khabib?
Hey, Ragnar better sort himself out.
One second.
We know your story,
The
Ragnar.
Do you know about Khabib?
Yeah, because you, as Vikings,
I like Khabib.
Man's
Later
not
on,
Viking, brother. We're not Vikings. Get the
Visigoths,
whole thing back, brother. You're getting your shit
Khazars,
twisted, bro.
Thor and that, Thor.
Khazars, who became Amazia.
And he's let him talk, he wants to
No,
talk.
And when you
Khazar
see
didn't-
these Amazia,
guy.
you know how they're dressed and depicted? Like gypsies.
Yeah.
Now, it's gypsy fashion and everything African.
Oh, now he's brushing. Now he's brushing.
No!
Now he's trying to brush.
But it shows you that what do gypsies do especially? They travel.
Yeah, not my dick, bruv.
So thank you.
Okay.
You left from the steppes of Europe and came to Africa.
There's no evidence of that.
That's the last 5 minutes.
There's no evidence of that.
That's why I said.
There's no evidence of that anyway.
That's why I said.
Cool. So what you
That's why I said.
I know that.
The Berbers were not known for that. The Berbers were not known for that.
You keep saying Berbers.
Too far back.
No, when the Romans came, they called them Berbers, Barbarians, Berbers, because they were like thingies.
I already said that about an hour ago. Yeah, I didn't hear, man. Fam, the guy already said it anyway. One second. Maku, hold on a sec, right? Because the fact of the matter is, the only reason why we're having this conversation, is because me, Brother Khalid, and my brethren Darryl were having a conversation 2 weeks ago, and the gentleman interrupted the conversation to challenge me, on the fact that when I talk about Pan-Africanism, I'm not talking about North Africa, That's the genesis.
You agreed, didn't you?
No, I didn't agree. What I said was, when it comes to people, we're talking about the whole of the continent. But when we're talking about people, we're dealing with the black people in North Africa. That's what we're dealing with. The descendants of the indigenous people of North Africa. That's what we're dealing with. 1 second, please. You can give me indigenous people. You can give me what you're gonna give me after I've said what I've got to say.
What's your definition
Right?
of indigenous?
Please let me finish saying what I'm going to say.
What's your name?
1 second, please. 1 second, please. Right? Now, the fact of the matter is, that when we're talking about North Africa, the issues that I was raising was about the discrimination and the oppression of indigenous African people, black people in those nations. Yes? And the hypocrisy of this whole conversation is that heads have more to say to me, about who I consider to be an indigenous African or not, than about what is actually taking place on the ground in those lands. Because the people that are oppressing, the black people in those countries know very well that those people are not the same people as them. And every so-called North African who has come to challenge me or any black African brother and sister in this park knows very well, of the discrimination that is faced by black people in North Africa. So the whole of you, every single one of you are hypocrites. From top to bottom.
You're hypocrites as well, brother.
Right? There is no justice.
You're included in that as well,
There is no justice in anything you have to say. Because if you were serious, what you would be doing is challenging your own people about the discrimination and their oppression and their enslavement. You'd be saying North Africa. You be saying to your North African brothers and sisters,
I'm not from Libya.
You challenge me.
You're not.
You challenge me about North Africa, not Algeria. You challenge me about North Africa, not Algeria. Right? Not Algeria. Don't change the thing. Don't change the thing. Your DNA tested North Africa, not Algerian. Gwe. Right? Gwe. Right? He challenged me on North Africa, not Algeria. So don't try to separate the thing now. There are black people in Algeria who are discriminated against. There are black people in Morocco, in Mauritania, in Libya, in Tunisia, in Egypt. Yes, I got an agenda. A beautiful black agenda. Black power agenda. An African agenda. So these people, they're not serious.
They can't have a decent
they're not serious.
They just want to shout over each other.
They're not serious. I've been talking to you for over an hour. Right? They're not serious. When it comes,
I don't agree with discrimination. I don't agree with it.
When it comes, to this issue, they will tell you they don't agree with discrimination, but they've got more steam for Shakara and my Pan-Africanism than they've got for their North African brothers and sisters who are oppressing people. I'm not seeing them talking about Wagwan in Libya right now. They ain't talking about it all now. In fact, today, they actively deny that it's taking place. The people them already said that there is no discrimination in Algeria. They said it in so many words. I've heard it twice today. One other white guy from Algeria come on, big up his chest to me today, telling me about you talking about, and they have the audacity. Oh no, Khalid, forget him. They have the audacity, right? They have the audacity, right? Let them come on our business, right? They have the audacity, No. They have the audacity.
They know what it is, man. Calling them out. Come on. Wait. They know what it is. Man are blatant foreigners. It is what it is, It's not 6th century. They're not that old in Africa. You get me? Some came through the French Foreign Legion. You know about the French Foreign Legion. You get me? These are when all these bait man, supposed, what do they call it? What do they call them? Not even Phoenicians, they call them the other ones. These were the same name anyway. But yeah, them man, they used to guide man. You know, you watch the film like The Mummy, you see them wearing their little fezzes. You know what I'm saying? These are Europeans, bro. You get me? You're wrong. They're stuck in Africa. Trying it. You get me? You're African now, cool.
Drop the knowledge on man, innit? Drop the knowledge. Put me in my place, innit? Put me in my place, innit? If I'm chatting foolishness, go on now.
You're not gonna let me speak.
Me, I wait, go on, talk.
Let's get structure into this. What don't you agree with what he said?
I said to him.
Look at him, look at him. Just tell me, what don't you agree with?
Okay, the situation that's happening in Libya.
Libya, just tell me what you don't
That's what he's
agree.
talking about.
I'm talking about North Africa.
Okay.
I'm talking about North Africa.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
What he's done.
2019, there's people in cages in Libya.
Okay, okay, thank you.
In Mauritania, in Tunisia, in Egypt,
No.
in Egypt,
Where are you getting this from?
in Egypt,
Where are you getting
the
this
black
from?
people are discriminated against.
Where's this
Yeah,
no,
the black
he
people,
said cages.
the black people. I'm not talking about the cages. I'm talking about discrimination and oppression.
Shakara, let him speak. Let him speak. Give him the floor. Maku and Shaka, give him the floor. Let him say what
I've been letting him speak. He's begging it, fam.
Shaka,
He's begging it like I ain't been letting him speak.
Allow that 5 minutes to let him talk on Jonas.
Do you want to time it?
No, just
It'll
Jonas.
be more fair.
Talking it.
Why are you pissed off?
Talking. I'm
Why
fine,
pissed
my
off?
G.
Why
This is what
pissed
you
off?
call African passion right now. Just talking it. Don't worry about that.
Anyways, what they've done is that they've looked at the situation of Libya, yeah, and they've generalized the whole of North Africa. That's injustice. That's not fair. Okay, let me finish. The reason why I say that's injustice is because we know what's happening in Libya. The reason why black people have been captured by rebels in Libya is because of the whole civil war. What's happened is Gaddafi even said it himself before he left, before he was overthrown and he died. Allah yarahmu. He said that once I get removed of power, the borders of Libya will be open. And what's happened is this was an opportunity for sub-Saharan Africans to cross the border and go into Europe. Because of course they want to go into Europe, because they want to have a better lifestyle. Of course, this is why our relatives came here, for a better lifestyle, isn't it? So what they've done is they've generalized with the whole of North Africa. The reason why what's happening in Libya is because of the civil war. Algeria is not going under civil war. Tunisia is not going under civil war. None of this is going to happen. And the black Algerians that live among us, yeah, live in the Sahara. They don't live in the north anyway. So we don't even interact with them.
Okay.
Barely. We don't even interact with them anyway. We don't interact with them. There is. There's discrimination.
Thank you.
There's,
Kalas.
yeah.
Kalas.
There's discrimination all over the world. Just
Let me
like
show you something. One second, bro. Let me show you something. Right? This guy, yeah. Let me show you something. Let me show you about the history of this situation, yeah. Has come to us before, you know, on a couple of occasions. One time he came to us, you know, and said that because we were talking about black issues, yeah, and his contribution to the conversation was to tell us, you know, that the Muslims around the world, yeah, are getting it more than black people today. Last week, 2 weeks ago, sorry.
When did I say that?
Watch the video. I'm going to post a video on this conversation right here. Right? 2 weeks ago, his claim, yeah, was that the North Africa was colonized for longer than sub-Saharan Africa, and that the death toll,
I might be wrong.
the death toll in North Africa was bigger than it was in sub-Saharan Africa.
I might be wrong.
Yeah, this was his claim.
I might be
Right,
wrong.
so I'm showing you, yeah. I'm showing you the disregard, yeah. Right, because when it comes to people that he considers to be human beings, he champions their cause. Yeah, he's coming for, you know,
Okay, he's
and
got an
champion,
agenda. I don't want to be on camera.
and champion,
He's got- no,
yeah,
no, I don't
the
want to
people
be-
of Syria,
No, he's got an
right,
agenda. He's
and
got
the
an
people
agenda.
of
He's got an
Yemen.
agenda.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
done
wanna
it
be on
before.
camera.
Yeah,
don't
but
wanna
when
be
it comes to
on
black
camera.
people,
Nah,
he's
brother.
always denying.
Nah, I don't want to be on
He's
camera.
always
I don't wanna-
denying
Because he has an agenda.
what has taken
He
place.
has an agenda, bro. He's trying to get.
He's said it before.
Bro, blur my face. Blur my face.
I have an
Blur my
agenda.
face.
I have an
Nah,
agenda,
nah,
yeah,
nah,
I
nah,
admit it. Yeah?
Bro,
Don't
bro,
beg it,
bro,
fam.
if
He's come before. Every time he comes and tries to belittle the experience of African people.
I'm gonna report this
Yeah?
video. I'm telling you
It's a
right now.
consistent thing.
Because this guy's got an agenda.
Right?
That's it.
I do. I'm Pan-Africanist. I have an agenda. Yes.
No, he's got an agenda,
Yes.
bro. No, it's not girl
I
vibes.
have an agenda. Yes, I'm a Pan-Africanist. I have an agenda. I'm a black man.
Bro, I want my face blurred on
Yeah,
camera.
I have an agenda. Yeah, and in about half an hour's time, my agenda is to go home to my woman and my picnic.
People know who you are, though.
No, I don't care.
You get me? I ain't told one lie. This is what happens consistently.
Be a proud African. Be a proud African.
He's trying to make it. He's whatever his agenda.
This is what these people do. I'm just showing you. Yeah, I'm just showing you. There's a tendency, yeah, where people.
They don't let me speak.
He's been speaking for time, bro. He's begging it, fam. Don't allow the man to lie, fam.
Let me speak again.
The devil is a liar, my G. The devil is a liar.
Bro, what's that?
What do you mean the devil?
The devil's a liar, bro.
The devil?
The devil's a liar.
What do you mean? Don't
The
disrespect
devil's
man
a
like
liar.
that. Don't disrespect
The
man
devil's a
like
liar.
that. Don't disrespect man
Are
like
you
that.
going to try to square up? You're going to try to square up?
Touch me, bro.
You're going to try to square up?
Touch me, bro.
Why are you trying to get protested
Touch
for?
me, bro.
Why
Don't
are you
touch
trying to get
me.
protested
Don't
for?
touch me. What do you mean?
This is deflection. This is deflection. He's trying to get that thing for you to have a conversation. He's getting no. Colin. This is action. It's a performance. It's a performance. It's performance. And don't get engaged, bro. It's performance. It's performance. It's performance. It's performance. It's performance.
Don't disrespect me like that.
He don't want to have a
I
conversation,
didn't
so
disrespect
he's trying to
you.
deflect.
I didn't disrespect
Yeah, you did more than once.
No, I
That's the
didn't.
point.
No, I didn't.
Yeah?
Did I call you a devil?
I didn't call you a devil either.
You did. You said
I didn't
the
call you a
devil
devil
lies.
either.
So
I
what
said the
does
devil was a
that
liar. I said the devil was a liar.
No,
It's a common
he's trying to
phrase.
say I'm a liar.
It's a common phrase. It's a common phrase. It's a common phrase. This is performance. Don't watch that. It's performance. He don't want to have a conversation, so he's trying to deflect and get all bro-chested in the hot. There's nothing to do with that. We're not touching that around
Conversation's
here.
done and you're angry.
Don't call man no
Once
devil.
you- no, listen.
Don't disrespect me like that.
Jonas,
Disrespect me like that.
Behaviour
is the liar.
Behaviour like this is how they took over North Africa.
No, he's young.
I'm just saying,
Please.
I
that
ain't
fiery
told one lie.
spirit,
We're older
that
than
fiery
him.
spirit
I ain't
of
told one
invasion
lie.
and taking over. You get what I'm saying?
I ain't told one lie.
bro.
Don't my face.
Yeah, this is a consistent thing. Man, come in a conversation when we're talking about African issues and black issues, I want to belittle and deflect from and distract from. Yeah, it's a consistent thing.
No, but I want it to be.
We're not
blood.
begging no
This
friend.
guy's trying to make it out. This guy's trying to make
We're
it
not
out.
begging no friend. I ain't lied. People can watch the videos and see for themselves. I ain't told one lie. 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 I ain't told one lie.
If you're gonna do something, do something.
Well
If you're
done.
gonna do something, do
Well
it.
done.
Don't call man no devil.
Well done.
Oh, dickhead, bro. Shut your mouth.
Well done.
Shut your mouth.
It's performance.
Shut your mouth.
Ignore it. It's performance. It's performance.
Dickhead, bro.
It's performance. Ignore it. Ignore it. Ignore it. It's not even remotely threatening, my G. Because it's not even serious. He's trying to deflect from the conversation because he knows he ain't got no argument. That's all it is. He has no argument.
Brothers, no. Look, if you got
Khalid,
hate, please
don't-
No, I'm saying for the sake of Allah, leave it.
He's a dickhead, bro. He's a dickhead, bro.
That's it.
From the
Khalid,
beginning.
Khalas,
From the
khalas,
beginning.
man.
Khalid,
Mate,
I ain't done
get
nothing to the dude.
Bro,
Yeah, he's play acting, my G. Don't even take it on.
He spent half
It's
an
not
hour
serious.
shouting. He spent half an
It's
hour
not
shouting.
serious.
And I kept quiet. I didn't say nothing, yeah?
You're a
And he calls
joker.
man a devil, bro.
Yeah, I called you the devil. Keep telling yourself
Say
that.
it to my face.
Keep telling yourself that. Keep
Say
telling yourself
it to my face.
that. Keep telling yourself
please.
that.
Say it to my
Please.
face.
Keep telling yourself
Say it to my
that.
face.
He knows well and good I never
Pussy
called him the
on
devil,
my
you
jaw.
know.
Pussy on my
He knows well and good. You see, now he's trying to push buttons so I can react.
Don't
What's
do
gonna
that.
come
Be the
next?
bigger man.
What's gonna come
React
next?
then, innit?
What's gonna come
React
next is
then,
nigga, yeah? You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not gonna say
What's gonna
that.
come next?
I'm not gonna
Then
say
there was
myself
you
that
push
low.
buttons and see
I'm
what's
not
gonna
gonna say that. I'm not gonna
That's
say
what you're looking for. He's looking
I'm
at
not
that
gonna
raw
say that.
black anger. That's what I'm saying. He's not gonna get
I'm
it.
not gonna try myself
He's
that
not
low.
gonna get it.
That's it.
He's not gonna get it from
I'm
man.
not discriminating. I'm not
He's
getting
not
at
going
you.
to get it
I'm
from
not
man.
getting you because of the colour of your
He's
skin.
not
I'm
gonna
getting
get
at you
it
because
from
your
man.
personality is shit.
You
That's
don't
what I'm getting
have.
at.
You
Your
don't have no
it's not because of the colour
argument.
of your
Okay,
skin.
then
So you're
let's
trying to
stop
block
talking to
your
each
chest.
other then.
Personality, you're shit, man.
I'm not saying he doesn't have no
Personality
argument.
is
It's
shit.
performance,
It's
bro.
nothing got to do with skin colour.
You know what-
Your
I called him
personality
no
is shit.
names and all that, innit?
You did. You called me a devil.
You know it's that,
You called me a
yeah?
devil.
Keep telling
You're
yourself
a
that.
dickhead, bro.
If you want to believe it. Keep telling yourself that. What I'm saying to you, Khalid, don't get caught up in that, bro.
When you
What I'm trying to
rewind
say
it,
to
when
you-
you go home.
What I'm trying to say to you is,
Come do something again.
what I'm trying to say to you is,
please.
what I'm trying to say to you is, what I'm trying to say to you is, yeah, all that is play acting, my G. Don't get caught up in that. He's not remotely vexed. What he's trying to do is deflect went from the conversation because man dropped the science. Because man talked about the oppression of black people, and he has no argument. And I see a human being would humble themselves and say, you know what? I hear what you're saying. Why don't we should learn about what is going on in those nations? That's what a human being would do. A human being who is just and sincere and doesn't believe in discrimination, would say we need to learn more about what those people are suffering, and we should speak out against it. If it's happening all over North Africa, then us as the people that know, because he knows that North Africa, they act as a block of people. So they should be taking those issues to the Arab League and wherever else they meet. That's what they would say if they're sincere. But they're not sincere. They're hypocrites.
Maku and Shaka. Let's change up the subject.
No, I'm done, bro.
Don't allow him to ride your emotions.
I didn't even do a summary, bro.
Yeah?
I didn't even do a summary, bro.
I
don't like to see violence.
If he wants,
I didn't even do a summary.
No violence ain't gonna go on. No violence ain't gonna go on.
I want to do a summary.
No violence ain't gonna go on.
Overall,
no violence ain't gonna go on.
Europeans. That's it.
No violence ain't
I ain't
gonna
got
go
much
on.
to say. 2 minutes.
No violence ain't gonna go on.
2 minutes. Class and I'm done.
Khalid.
You get me?
Khalid.
No one can argue with my
man,
facts.
performance,
You get
man.
me? It is what it is.
Performance,
But you see already.
Performance, man.
My brother's highlighting certain
Well
things.
done, well done. Well done. It's a beautiful performance. Well done. You deserve an Oscar. And the Oscar goes to. And the Oscar goes to. And the Oscar goes to. And the Oscar. I'm not begging a conversation with you. I'm not begging a conversation with you.
Europeans do.
I'm happy with that. Thank you.
That's why there's parliament.
Get me? It's cool. It's I'm saying. It's pointless. I'm not entertaining it, bro. I'm not entertaining that. It's job business, fam.
Should we just change up the conversation about North Africa? Let's talk about brothers, the xenophobia, what's going on in the south.
We're speaking about it. No, sorry, I want to wrap up on this thing though, bro. Right now, no, seriously. No, because I don't know. Listen, right? We were talking about oppression, innit? Yeah? And the guy brought in a situation to do with me and North Africa. And I'm saying that these people have more to say about me than the situations that they know are going on. Some of them, and there's nothing that I'm saying that they don't know. Some of the things I'm saying, they know it better than me. A guy, twice today, people have denied categorically that black people in Algeria are discriminated against. Yeah? And then they denied it and admitted it, and then another Algerian came. At least he's honest and said, yes, we invaded. Yes, in Algeria, black people are discriminated against. Yes, if you bring your black woman home, your parents are going to tell you, allow that, it's not happening. They got AIDS. He was honest. And he said, my ancestors are invaders. He's an honest invader. I appreciate honest invaders. Yeah? As the sister who was here earlier said, an honest invader is a good invader.
That's right.
Yeah? And I'm saying, there is no humanity in these people. Because you're talking to them and they know.
Not all of them.
They know. Khalid, they know.
Some of them
they
are good.
know. No, what I'm saying is, no. Listen.
Some of them are good because they know.
What I'm saying is,
it's the Muslim in me talking.
What I'm
all
saying
of them
is,
are like that.
the Muslim in you, from what I've been learning from Isa, and Islam's about justice. Hold on. Right, hold on. Right, and they say that he's telling me that Islam's about justice. The Muslim in you should see that situation and call it out for what it is. No, you have. What I'm saying is, the people that have come to me, because he's came in Berber, he's up until this conversation, right? He's never championed the Berber team. The Berbers are fighting the Arabs right now. The Berbers are fighting the Arabs right now. In the conversation, when I said the Arabs invaded, he said no. They came for trade and to spread Islam. Yeah, the Arabs are fighting. The Berbers are fighting the Arabs right now.
You know what that thing is? Yeah, that's a cognitive dissonance thing. Yeah? What it is, and for a long time, man had it. The spread of Islam, through the continent, weren't always rosy.
Yeah.
There was some people who embraced Islam via interaction.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There was some a bare sword, but the thing is, for some of us, it's hard to reconcile that a man come through and force Islam on a man at the point of a sword, than it is to just say, it was romantic and, came to my house, had a little jollof rice.
Whether it's by just this interaction or trade or by the sword, there are people that are saying, well, actually, our culture has been Arabized as a result of this thing. We want to affirm our culture now. Yeah, that kind of thing. And I'm saying the people that he claims to be a part of
are from amongst them.
Are from amongst them. He's never claimed this before. Whenever he's come into a conversation, he's championed Muslims in Yemen and Syria, and Palestine, and them kind of things there. And he's saying that we don't care about that because they're not black. That's what he said, you know, right? And he come in the conversation and said, they're getting it worse than black people today, right? He's made this statement, Last week he said the death toll in North Africa was more than it was in Sub-Saharan Africa. Every moment belittling, the experience of African people.
Death toll during what?
During colonization. Right. He said to me, you know, you heard him, before the camera came, he came big-chested. He's not even an African, he's a Jamaican. When the camera came, he tried to come with some different...
That's on Venom, that's on Venom there.
That's what I'm trying to say. Now I'm saying to you,
I've noticed in 3 weeks in a row he's took a few shots
all of that,
Caribbean brothers.
Right.
So I try to explain to him,
bro,
I've got non-Muslim family,
I came here
Somali
today.
family members that will show you up in the team.
Bro,
that from the Caribbean
I came here today. I came here today, listen, bro.
So that's the mindset I'm trying to come from. Where,
bro, I came here today. The sister from Uganda, or Sudan, right, and the sister from Sierra Leone are telling me about things that he said to them last week about he's more African than them. Look at your hair, you got straight hair. I'm more African than you. Yeah, and I'm saying, right, and I'm saying, right, and I'm saying, this is the arrogance,
and beautiful personality as well.
Fam, I weren't here last week, I came in the park 10 minutes and man are coming up to me to address me on things I said 2 weeks ago. Cavalry came from man's last week. If I was here last week, I'd have been in trouble, my G.
No, we had you.
Yeah?
We had this call with me, Uncle Jam.
I didn't see it, fam.
East Africa,
I didn't see it.
had it as well.
I didn't see it. But I'm saying they came from man,
the West Africa had
it. And I'm talking about oppression. Whether you agree with my designation of African or not. Because I'm saying I got just to say what I'm saying. Because we're talking about, fam, it don't matter. If you whether you migrate or you invade. If you migrate or you invade, you're not indigenous. That's not an offensive statement. It's not offensive to say they're not indigenous, my G. It's not offensive to say they migrated or they invaded from somewhere. It's not offensive to say that. Yeah? It's not offensive to say that. It's not offensive to say even, for example, with the Berbers, we've got some black Berbers. We've got some white Berbers. And there's a lot of mix. Yeah? So a lot of them are majority black. A lot of them are just majority not black. But the point, what I said was, the original people are black people. Why is that offensive to man?
There's a lot.
Why is that offensive to man?
Man don't even
right?
know
That's the question. Why is that offensive?
Why is that offensive?
Man's got to look inwards and realise that the black people are the original people that occupy the landmass. And we look around and we can't see a black man for how many square miles.
Exactly.
Right, something's wrong.
You have to deal with it. That's what it is. And what it is as well, this is the deeper thing for me. Because he comes and he sees me and you talking, you're another brother, and he wants to inject himself in the conversation. Today, we're having a conversation, us and the sisters them, and they did their best. No, I'm talking about there were like 3-4 of them. They did their best.
And we're talking about xenophobia.
Right, and all kind of different things. They did their best to come and inject themselves in the conversation. If it wasn't for IC3, Uncle Danjuma and some other people, and Isa, I'm Shia Isa, right? Sorry, the room was with Isa, right? Who were basically saying, listen, like to everybody, let's not get caught up in their agenda. So people decided to just have a conversation, and they did their best. I'm talking, as we're talking right now, over shoulder. But rare. So where you come from though? And I'm saying this is the attitude, and we're talking about xenophobia and people attacking people in
South Africa. That's the conversation we were talking about.
They have no respect.
But that's what I'm saying. This is,
they have no respect.
That's what I thought. Yes? You know, it was a personal shot to me, and I'm like, brother, come in the camera. You're gonna see in COE. When I brother come in the camera, you see, my difference is I say Kuli Shefi Afrique. I'm trying to say come in the camera. This is to show you.
You gotta drop that one though. It's not Kuli Shefi Afrique.
I know, but brother, like me as a Muslim,
I'm saying,
come through, look, African as
I know what you're saying, you know, bro. But you and I both know that when they're in their own communities, they don't consider themselves to be African.
Remember what you said last week? That
we know
this in the continent.
Outside the continent, it's different.
When I'm trying to bring you into the conversation, my Nigerian, but coming to this xenophobia, and you're like, no, but this guy. I'm like, bro, we're not going that way.
He invited him in the conversation, you know.
I'm like, brother,
I was ignoring, man. He invited him in. He didn't come. And then when we're having a conversation, they want to come in and start doing this, nigga.
You know what?
And this keeps.
I've got to think to myself, what's your mentality? if man's talking about oppression and suffering, and the South African, you're saying, oh, but look at me, I suffer too.
Right.
Where's your mind at?
That's what I'm trying to say, fam.
Like, you're diminishing someone else's pain and suffering because you're all narcissist.
No, you know what it is? My Muslim brothers, no disrespect, but it's a tendency that I've noticed that I'm going to speak to you right about now. Particularly among non-black Muslims.
Non-Arab Muslims. I'm sorry, non-Arab Muslims.
No. Particularly among non-black Muslims of whatever designation. When it comes to issues that are serious to the Muslim Ummah, yes, they speak in political terms. When you talk about Palestine, the issue is political. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about Yemen and Syria, the issue is political. When it was Saudi, it's political. When it was Kashmir the other day, Muslims went because it was a political situation that concerned Muslims. Half of them weren't even from Pakistan, India, wherever. They ain't got nothing to do with it, but they're Muslim, they're there, right? When it comes to Africa, they speak in terms of charity, right? Water wells, and dams, and school,
and the best thing a Muslim can do is free a slave.
Right, that kind of stuff, right? And what I'm saying is, there are political issues that concern the African continent and African people. Right? You know what I'm saying? So putting a water well in Ghana doesn't solve the problem of an IMF loan and a World Bank and American
taking
the
stranglehold
right.
of Africa.
But when it comes to Syria, they know clearly the West is the problem. When it comes to Palestine, they know Israel is the problem. When it comes to Africa, they want to ask about water well. I heard Omar on a video the other day talking to my brother, asking him about how many water wells have you built in Ghana? Because
nah, man, for all that stuff. I get my back against the
wall.
That's a real Shanti. Come on.
What is comparing?
Come on, the Ghanaian block.
Right, but let's be clear. What are you trying to say here? What are you trying to say here?
Electricity.
Hold on.
Get on a boat and cross over, like there's trees sticking out the thing.
And the haters on the comments won't understand where they're coming from.
That's what I'm trying to say. And then, but they know. What I'm saying is, he's comparing, what he's trying to say, is that you black man who says you're concerned with Africa, you are not doing what Muslims are doing on the continent. Because them man, they got the resources of millions of pounds and dollars. They're saying water well here and everywhere, as though it's solving problems.
Because man could just turn around and say to you, all right, what about when the brothers had issues in Mali? When I had issues in Central African Republic where they were being killed and slaughtered, and this place, I heard not one of you mention anything.
Nobody. Nobody. What's going on in Sudan? What's going on in Sudan right now?
Are you man? Let me ask you a question,
It's a different Ummah. No, it's a different Ummah, innit?
No, these things get man in trouble because when man's standing in Tarawih, and you hear dua for every ends, Syria, Kashmir, whatever, but you don't hear no African nation get mentioned. Them things there, bun man. Bun man hard.
No, you know what?
The rest of them just get caught in everyone else.
But Isa, to me, I wouldn't mind, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that every people have got a right to represent their team.
I don't mind, if you're saying to me, I'm helping Kashmir, but don't you dare galvanize the Muslims for your own national interest. And then ignore the national interest of the other Muslims.
And I'm saying, as a Muslim, that's going to be a bigger concern for you than for me. That's what I'm saying. Right? What I'm saying. So sorry, I'm trying to make it clear that I'm not challenging a man for addressing what they think is important. What I'm saying, if you're going to do that, don't come to me and tell me nothing. When I'm addressing Africa and African issues, don't tell me anything. Because when you're dealing with Palestine and Syria, nobody says anything to you. I don't come and challenge you. I don't come and belittle what you're dealing with. In fact, there are Pan-Africanists who are very passionate
about Palestine.
About Palestine and Israel.
Yes.
Very passionate. I go to Africa Liberation Day, and man, them are bringing people from the Palestinian Liberation Organization to come and speak to Pan-Africanists. They're giving them platform. And there are some Pan-Africanists that ban that. They say, why are we giving them platform for? They don't give us platform.
Riza.
They're not inviting us to come and speak on their platform. It's not saying we shouldn't support them. Injustice is an injustice, and we should be against all injustice.
That's not how it's leveling out. And I'm not gonna lie to you. When it comes to these causes, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't like. Don't get twisted. Listen, anytime I see people suffering, it hurts me.
Of course.
But I can't lie. When I hear Palestine needs man or Syria needs man.
Yeah.
My own people need
Right.
man. There ain't no one out
No,
here.
because do you know what it
Ain't
is?
no one
We're
out here
getting
got man's
tired of.
back.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, me and you, we're non-Arab Muslims, innit, right? Don't you think to myself? I think to myself, these people make up 10% of the ummah, but 90% of our problems, and 90% of our problems are more highlighted than our problems. You get what I'm coming from? Like our brothers.
What you saying? The Arabs cause most. But
He's
I'm
saying the problems that the Muslim ummah is dealing with.
As an ummah, we should be like, like our brothers and sisters, sub-Sahara, that are locked in cages. Because I knew Somalians when I went back there that are trying to go through this, that are being people that are getting raped, killed, and murdered in cages. Just for example, the minute I say that, the guy runs away, causes a scene.
Of course.
And
I think to myself,
people
things
watching
like
this
that.
gonna write you off for saying.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
No, you know what the fuck
Try
that
no.
is? They're
over there right now lying about the conversation.
Say that, like, I don't see them screaming like for Somalia burning. I don't see none of this. And I think to myself, what ain't with the ummah? You get what I'm coming from? If you want to play that card, but then again, no Arabs are Muslim as well. So at the end of the day, certain of the agendas
That's another thing.
I
forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me, sis.
Isn't that?
The sister
I've seen you.
Hold on. The sister that's reminding me of what the so-called Algerians said to her. Come to her, telling her about why are you talking about us for? You lot are busy fighting each other.
You guys, and I was like, you guys, and he's like, you can't be Harans, you're all
you people always
warlords,
fight each
you're
other.
savages,
So why are you talking about us
civilized.
for? So we shouldn't talk about their oppression, because Africans have beef among each other.
But as a Muslim, I have to.
Tell her why
Me.
No. Yeah?
As a
No,
Muslim,
because
any Muslim nation that's getting
I say,
oppressed.
as
Muslims,
man can chat
me
all
and
that chat and run away in that, but man can't. That's
what I'm
what.
trying to say,
They
fam.
can't say it for a man.
There is
They
no
can't say it
humanity in this
You know what it is,
argument.
darling? A man is brave enough to say that to a black sister, but he's not brave enough to say that
Right.
to a black man.
Right. Say it on camera. Say it on camera.
Before that, though,
I know.
he ain't brave enough to go to where it is he comes from
there's
and
the same man
challenge
that
the
would chop-
establishment
try
that is there.
That one ummah chat. See that I'm not having that nonsense no more, but that
Do you feel that?
we're all one ummah. Now you chat.
that's
Hypocrisy, my G.
It is. It's sometimes.
And I don't have
as
the time for
Arabs,
it.
we have to speak about this. The atrocities what goes on in South Africa.
I'm saying
But as soon as we do it, we get labelled as something else.
Even this dynamic here, yeah. Brothers are gonna say, Islamic issues should be kept inside the Islamic ummah. You're some Pan-African thing, and you're putting more importance on a Pan-African thing over Islam. That's not the case, brother.
No.
Exactly.
Sisters, Isa, big say
thought
that
you was
again.
gone, though.
No.
I'm saying.
Shaka.
Oh, wow.
Shaka, I beg you, can you not listen to my brother Isa?
Go.
Some brothers and sisters, from the Islamic Ummah are going to be more concerned, about the fact that this setup here, where two Muslim brothers, and some black non-Muslims are on one page. They're going to view this, as Pan-Africanism, nationalism doing its best, to detract black Muslims away from Islam. There's this narrative so strong, that if we speak on the same page as our non-Muslim black brothers in regards to our suffering, then somehow our iman has become weak or watered down, and we're treading the path to misguidance. And very shortly, I'm sure certain people are probably even praying for man's downfall. It's, for me, even. It's a madness.
Bro, Isa, what I feel the same way as you. When we speak about certain, because I keep telling people, it's brothers and sisters like us that are Muslim, Sunni, Christian, in Africa, locked in cages, and plus South Africa, you see what's going on. So why we were talking about xenophobia, we were all talking about xenophobia. To me, that's just, shaka, no, because of loss, and I was thinking, yo,
It's
bro,
wrong.
It's wrong.
But
what? This is the question I wanted to ask all my brothers and sisters. What bothers these people about when we come together and talk about African issues?
I told you, if we're coming together,
I just don't get it.
There are people that have unearned privilege right now, and once we come together, and start to, just a conversation threatens their privilege, man. Right? And I'm saying there is something about it because the fact that we've been talking, just to your point, right? And you know my position that I've got problems with the Islam thing and its impact upon African people. But we've been talking about this situation. It's in a conversation. I hardly mention Islam. I hardly mention Islam. And the fact of the matter is that when it comes to Arab invasion, you can't really separate it. from the spread
I
of
do.
Islam.
I fully do.
No, here I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that in terms of Arab invasion, because when as they invaded, they spread the religion.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm
Some
saying,
of them.
Right.
Well, that's what happened.
Not all Arabs are Muslim.
I always
Not all
say.
Arabs are Muslim.
I agree.
Remember that. That's what everyone keeps
I
getting
hear you.
twisted.
No.
But he's talking, he probably talking like
yeah,
Egypt.
Yeah, I'm saying in
and
terms of Africa,
coming into North
as
Africa.
they spread, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that even to me, I'm dealing with an issue of oppression. So whereas I think the religious aspect of it is important, it's not the be all and end all. And we're having a conversation about oppression, and I'm saying to the man, look, there are people being oppressed. In these lands right about now, you're challenging me on whether or not you are indigenously African or not. But it's clear to me that the people that are being oppressed are not seen as the same people by the people that are oppressing them.
You don't even care about them.
Right.
The same
Right.
very people that are indigenously African,
that's what I'm saying.
but you're trying to be so hard part of the group. You don't even give a damn about them.
I never said a word about Islam. Yeah, never said.
The Arabs are black people, like you.
It depends on what we're talking about.
Some
Some
are. Not all of them. The Adnani Arabs are not black.
Some are.
They're Qatani and
More
Adnani.
people interjecting. More people interjecting.
But again, we're doing this. I'm saying
Why
it's the
are
same
Arabs and African at the same time? What do you mean?
No, there are some black, because among the original Arabs, there were black people. That United
I'm talking about the ones in North Africa who.
All right, yeah, no, that's a different thing. That's a different thing.
He said a black and white. He said, who is it black and white? Who's black and white? He said Arabs are black.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't
Adjan is
understand what
white.
the
Original. Muhammad was black.
Yeah, fam. Let's talk about that. It's a different argument. It's a different argument. The people that are in North Africa today that are called Arabs, they're not black, fam. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
With me,
It's a different argument. But what my only point is though, yeah, right?
And the Persians have overcome the Arabs. The Persians.
My only point is though, yeah,
they
I
become
have
the
not
majority
attacked
of
Islam at all. On another day, we can discuss Islam.
The other guy was like, what if I
That was
told
the
you I was
conversation.
Swedish? She's like, you're obviously not Swedish. I'm like,
Right.
because you're from
That's what I'm
Africa.
saying.
How
They
can you
came
say I'm
from
from
that.
Africa? Because you look how you do. How do I look?
So like this.
How do I look? You just look how you do. I was like, okay, so I look
Now
like
the funny thing is, Isa, one second, Isa, right? The funny thing is, if you talk to the Berbers who are fighting against the Arabs in North Africa, enough of them burn the Islam thing.
Excuse me. We don't have no Arabs in
Yeah?
Africa.
I'm telling you, no, listen.
We don't have no Arabs in Africa. No, I don't have no Arabs. I challenge you to have no one Arabs. What's the point? No Arabs.
Right now,
in Morocco, there's a case of
I'm
a case of
saying
a
this.
Berber man, who's got trouble with the court because he can't name his
No
child
Arabs in North
Berber name.
Africa.
Who is this? Who's he fighting?
It's a system.
Yeah, but who's the system?
Hold on to my system. System that
Who put the place in
adopt ideology of Arabism.
But no one is denying that.
They're not Arabs.
What happened?
So you want to tell me there's no Moroccans that are Arabs?
Are not Arabs. People speculate about everything.
So all the people in Morocco are Berber?
All the Arabs.
Isa, ignore this. It's a side conversation. It's a side conversation. It's a side conversation. It is. Because you know what? Whether they're Arabs or not, the black people are being oppressed. That's the point. It don't matter whether they're original Arabs, fake Arabs, just come Arabs. It don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter. The black people, what we're talking about is the black people there are being oppressed. That's what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no humanity, my G. You don't see them showing themselves. Yeah?
Instead, they're like,
For example,
they're
in
deflecting
Egypt,
to the ethnicity.
the
Nubians.
the native people,
Yeah, why are
they
you
are
more
oppressed
concerned
by the
about me
layman,
challenging your
not by the
ethnicity than the
government.
actual people suffering in between the left and the
Again, like Africans.
What kind of African would be more concerned about
There are
that?
people that came
It's
into
the same as
Egypt
whites and
with Muhammad
Africans. They're more
bin
concerned about you calling me non-African than the fact that Africans are being oppressed.
Anyway,
They're not worried about being called racist.
Exactly. Then the actual racism taking place. People are dying. Blood's getting.
He told me I'm a Jamaican, yeah. In Jamaica,
The king of Egypt.
we have a beautiful African saying. It says, the higher the monkey climb tree, the more it's supposed in backside. So make them climb the tree, Rasta. Make them climb the tree.
Always try to pull us out.
He told him.
He
He said, you're not Jamaican. You're not African because you're from Jamaica. A whole black man. I was like, you need to die. How did he get there?
And why does he feel comfortable to say that?
That's what I'm saying. You asked the right question, Reggie.
Exactly.
You asked the right question.
And you know what he told me? He was just like, we don't even want to be like you. Your country's all warlords, you're fighting each other, you guys. And I was like, who's you guys? You used to have an African.
You asked the right question.
So then you, and I was like, come and say this on camera.
I think Europe had the most tribal wars.
Exactly.
If
World War I, World War II.
We don't do shit like that.
When did we start a war? Cold War.
But it's that presumption that they can say, no, do you know what? It was the Irish suffered as well. The British suffered as well.
Exactly.
The little York.
I'm not denying none of that.
We're not denying.
You see the country, you see the Scottish people and the Irish people, they've got a just case now against the English. Yeah, it's just. It's not my issue. Yeah, I'm not gonna get involved in it, but I'm certainly not gonna go among them and belittle their things.
Yeah,
right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna go among them. Now we've got some conversations to have with the Scottish and the Irish too because they were involved in our thing, right? That's a different conversation. If you're talking about your thing with the English, them, I'm gonna let you talk about your thing. That's that. You know what I'm saying? That's that. Respect. It's just respect.
It's just respect. Yeah.
It's just respect.
It's just
But they instead of telling your conversation not to add anything. Just say you're wrong.
Like this right now.
Yeah, like this right now.
I'm talking about from the
It's
people.
like people come for like kidney thing. We're all going to
created by the
talk about our
government.
kidneys
The culture's created by
now
the people
in
on
the
the
conversation. And then someone comes around and say, hey, hold on, what about me? I've got bad bladder. You lot ain't discussing bladders. But we're saying, but we need to topic of kidneys.
No, they feel like they need to
government
belittle everything.
per
And then he was like, you guys must be jealous of our features. You're jealous of our hair.
They might not be able to see something like that.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, during. And he said, you guys are all warlords. We don't want to be like you are fighting each other. Your country's trash.
So it comes out. It does come out.
Yeah, it comes out. And that's how you know that the root is racism. And it's all then they said that we have an inferiority complex. And I'm just like, you think we do because you have an inferiority complex, but you're doing the whole switcheroo.
That's right.
You're switching it and then deflecting. Exactly. That's like, exactly. And you're treating us like we're inferior to you guys. And then you have the audacity to be like, oh, but you guys have an inferiority complex.
He's like, you guys want to be like us so badly. And I was like, which African is over? I'd rather be, if I was on fire, don't even piss on me.
I'm just remembering something, you know.
Don't even on fire.
He said, yeah,
let me die.
that we're only dealing with sub-Saharan Africa. And then today he brought me this argument about how when Raven brought him the thing about the black mummy in Libya, that was the Sahara, and their people are not from the Sahara. So it's like they're from north of the Sahara, ain't it? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, family, you good? You good? Let's up.
Last week they said you were from Algeria. This week, but we're from the little
actually
mountains on the
On the
edge.
edge.
Last week, I said, how far are we going to go? I do. Okay, actually, we're from
You're correct.
I said, how high are we going to go?
We have to recognize or give the credit to the people. What is
It
it?
comes from
It's the same
white
culture in
supremacy,
Morocco
bro.
where you go
They
to
don't
the
give credit that, oh look, a black person could have possibly found the land. They don't know. I'd rather die
No, I hear you, bro. This is it. After today, it's done. It's done. I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Last week.
And when I leave the park, it'll be going on still. As we leave the park.
Last week
No,
was
we're wrapping up, bro. We're wrapping up.
Next week, if you ever come, don't start this
No, I didn't start it, bro. I came in the park, yeah. I do you know what it was as well? It's how I'm dressed as well, innit? Because I'm just how I'm dressed, yeah. It put people on, like, I came in, yeah, and man wanted to attack me straight away, you know. I've had about 5 attacks for how I'm dressed today.
They couldn't get
You're
over it.
making jokes, they're like, oh, he's Tajik.
Right? No, for real. Yeah, the man them thought because I'm dressed like I'm dressed, it triggered something in man.
Yeah.
They saw an African dressed like an African.
Why are you slave?
They couldn't take it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you proud of your culture?
Exactly.
Get back in your cage. How dare you be proud of being African?
I should come and dress like this every week. Even in the cold, in the snow. You get me?
Well, in the mountains.
In the mountains.
Alleged mountains.
No, you haven't. We've never been here before. Walking past. We're talking to ourselves.
Yeah, we're concluding, man. We're just concluding. It's what you call a debrief.
These are the quotes. These are the quotes that
Say again?
I think the people that are up there now weren't there
We're there, fam.
2,000 years ago.
He told him that he wasn't African. He was like, you're from Jamaica. I said, you told our whole entire Negro. This is our culture. I'm actually deceased. I said, you can't be out here walking around in this entire get-up.
Oh, you don't want to be a camera, right?
I don't even...
When you know people like that, you shouldn't give them a platform too.
No, bro. I know exactly what I was doing. Right? I know exactly what I was doing. Yeah? He came to me with certain claims, and they've been misrepresenting me for 2 weeks straight now. Yeah? And I wasn't interested in no conversation because people have been going in on the comments and them kind of things there, them kind of things, right? And I saw what happened. When he got on camera, he tried to come with a different energy.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Different energy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I knew exactly what I was doing. Yeah? So I'm saying, personally, I don't have to have the conversation. But as content always says to me, there are people that are watching, yeah, that appreciate the conversation being had. Yeah, now after today, I don't have to have it again. I'm done. Right, because that's what I'm saying. But he wanted it, yeah? He begged for it. Me and the sisters and the brothers were talking, and they stayed for about half an hour whilst we were ignoring them, circling around us, yeah, and throwing things into the thing, yeah. Right. So we said, all right, we're ready now. Come, yeah. And after I don't want to be in the camera. After all of that, can't laugh, fam. So now, after today, they're not gonna come back to man again, innit? So we can get on with business, yeah. More serious business. That's it.
Exactly.
You get me?
It's like when we have the energy and the time, we'll entertain that nonsense.
That's right.
But in every other
rest
time,
in peace, Mugabe.
Rest in peace,
Mugabe. I'm saying, rest in peace.
Exactly.
Rest in peace.
Do you see the Mugabe's not even cold in his grave yet? The BBC.
Yeah,
man.
man.
The little coverage. I was like,
Another elder died. She's an old activist called Mariam Samad. Old activist. She was born in the 1920s and she died at 95 years old, still fighting. Yeah. So rest in peace to Mama Mariam Samad. You get me? Rest in peace, Mama Mariam Samad. And my auntie Joy Mac as well. Yeah. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Ah, you see? Rest in peace, Auntie Joy Mac, man.
Yeah. The Malikiya were predominant in Spain. They were there. So the speech of the Malikiya.
The West, they have all mortality. They can't be, they can't be using that as
She tried to turn it into some.
You're probably right, and so you should be careful with that. There are certain jokes that non-black people shouldn't run, and I make no apology for that.
I would never I don't even want to hear white guys trying to bust jokes.
Right, but I'm just saying to you, they're right for saying to you, if you were black, it probably wouldn't be a problem. There are certain jokes that non-black people just should not run.
100%.
That's it, right. So as long as we're clear on that, we're good. Get me? What about it? I'm actually done, you know, man. For real, I'm really done. Like, for real. To be honest with you, yeah. Because my thing was.
There were two sisters that turned up from my father's region, innit? And you barely meet them in London. Holland, you go there all the time, man. Yeah. Ironically, they two turned up. Yeah. It's like you summoned them, innit? The Berbers came, but they didn't get involved.
I heard they came last week as well. But I don't mind having a conversation. I'm saying I never said a word against the Berber people.
No.
Right? I haven't said a word. Yeah. So all this is hypocrisy. Watch the video very closely. I never said a word against
all
them.
of it is hypocrisy.
Yeah. Right.
You have to
get me.
It's kind of like an argument. I mean, it's an argument that don't really have any end point in it.
I don't. But the point is that the argument was not about the Berber people. The argument was about Pan-Africanism and whether I accept non-black people into the ideals of Pan-Africanism. And so the Berber issue was used, as a tool, as a weapon in that debate. The issue was not the Berbers. Yeah, that's not what it was about, right? And the man tried to use the thing. Yeah. You get me? I don't even know. Anyway, Charles.
Not saying that.
What time is it? When I'm picking them things there. Yeah?
9 o'clock for true.
And I didn't even, fam, do you know how much Greek and Roman historians talk about the people of North Africa and describe them as black? Yeah, with big lips and woolly hair and all the kind of thing. Yeah? Whenever you watch a Greek, a Roman historian, any non-African historians from that time, if they use words like Ethiopian, Libyan, Moor, yeah? Right? All that kind of stuff there. They talk about black people. Yeah, and they just from the oldest records you find the people that were in North Africa are black. Yeah, even the archaeologists and that kind of things there attest to the fact that the people in the south migrated north. Yeah. Now I'm saying the sea covered substantial amount of North Africa for a long period of time. So it's obvious.
Even the Nile flows up in there,
right.
Isn't it?
So it's obvious that people weren't coming, from the north. Right. When the sea's receding, they're moving north. Right. That's what I'm saying. Right. That's the.
And anything floating on the Nile's got to end up there, isn't it?
Basically. But we already know this because the civilization of Kemet is derived.
Come take over everything from your melanin.
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
From Nubia.
Listen.
And who is it? Is it Diodorus? Historian describes, says that the people of Egypt are obviously of Ethiopian stock. Yeah? The people them said, you know, fam, that Egypt is not a black civilization.